A very good morning, guys. Can you all let? Okay. A very good morning, guys. If you guys have any doubts, please make sure you all write in the chat box, as we'll constantly be checking the chat box. If you have any doubts, you can always raise your hands, but at the end of the session. Good morning, guys. Can you all write something in the chat box?
Good morning, students. Welcome to today's session, Moderator session in Mathematics and Statistics. Today we discuss about Maths Paper 1 as well as Paper 2 and how to write both papers. What is your time management? That all points we will discuss here. It is taken by Prakash Kapre sir, Sunita madam and myself Jyoti Vakar. So we start with Paper 1. All of you listen me properly. Just give in chat box yes or no. Okay. Thank you. Now we start Maths 1. Before that, we will discuss about how to write your paper. As you get your question paper, then write answers of section 1 and 2 in same answer book. You will decide that in first 10 minutes. As you get question paper, read this and then you will decide. In Maths paper, all questions are compulsory. For LPP, graph paper is not necessary. So you only draw rough sketch in your regular answer sheet. There are 6 questions divided into sections. Section 1 for Maths 1, Section 2 for Maths 2. Write answers of every question on separate page. नया question, नया page use करना है. Supplement, as you use supplements, then attach it properly. Supplement number 1, 2 series में जाइए तो आपके marks बराबर मिलते हैं. Don't carry personal log table. It is always provided on examination center. Select any section. As per your easy mode, you will select section 1 and section 2. As you start section 1, complete your first 3 questions and then move on the next section. Next. Write question number properly. आपने question second start किया है suppose, then A part 2 sub questions. Question second का B वो complete कीजिए. Question first second और उसके बाद question 3 पर move करना है. ऐसे नहीं करना है कि question first का A में से 1 किया, second कहीं और किया. It's not allowed. While applying formula in answer, write original formula on the right side. किसी भी method में you apply formula, then write it properly on the right side. Mention the name of approach you used to solve the problem first. Like by parts rule you apply, so write that in your question answer sheet. In MCQ, write option and answer. MCQ वहां पर आपका proper write option and answer. For example, I given here B implicit function. So you write that B and then your answer. Write every step on next line. Some persons they are having large handwriting, so you will skip 1 line and go on the 3rd line. That's better for understanding of exam. Underline all sub answers and put the main answer in box. You solve question, there are number of answers, 2 or 3 aate sub answers, and then you having main answer. So you can just underline sub answer and box main answer. So examiner will understand your answer properly. Here you will write your final answer in big size handwriting. Attempt compulsory question and then attempt optional if time permits. You think that in question 2A, 2 are only important questions, but you thought 3rd is also easy, I will try for that. No, you will write only 2 and for 3rd you leave space and go to the next question. As you are having largely extra time, then you will attempt that question. In case if there is mistake in question paper, mention the question number and attempt it. There are mistake in question paper. Sometimes there is a degree or something missing. Then you compulsory write that question number properly. So you will get marks of that question. कुछ मेहनत नहीं की आपको marks मिल जाएंगे. But you should write 2 or 3 lines related to that question. Don't split the answer. Continue it on the same page. यहाँ पर मेरा मन किया क्वेश्चन ए फर्स्ट आई विल राइट हियर एंड देन आई डिडंट रिमेंबर दैट आंसर. So you will leave the space and go on next question. When you remember it, continue below that question. At time of solving questions, if you add table, then draw it completely with pencil and highlight your last row. In first logic chapter, when you solve question, you will perfectly draw that table. So examiner will understand and he directly give the answer properly. Your marks properly. In activity questions, draw box to every answer as per question. Draw that box perfectly and go on the next step. Okay. In maths 1, we are having 3 questions. First question, in that A parts, select and write the correct answer of the following multiple choice type of question. 1 marks for each. There are 6 sub questions. Attempt all, that compulsory. So as I given already example, as per that you will write your answer. Question 1B, state whether the following statements are true or false. Just write your answer. True है तो TRUE. In such way you write your answer. या false FALSE. In such way you write your particular answer. Again here 3 sub questions that are compulsory. Question 1C, fill in the following blanks. Write your answer only. No need to write full sentence. Only answer is important. Again here 3 sub questions. Attempt all. Question 2A. In that you are having 3 questions. Out of that solve only 2 questions. Each question having 3 marks. So these questions have totally 6 marks. Any 2 you attempt as per your comfort. Question 2B. Here also similar. 3 questions are given. Out of that solve any 2. Each question having 4 marks. So 8 marks for B part. Question 3A. At here again same 3 questions are given. Out of that solve any 3 marks for each. So यहाँ पर marks हो गए 6 marks for question 3A. Next question 3B. At here attempt any one of the following. 2 questions are given. Out of that solve any one. Each question having 4 marks. So write only one question its answer. See, it is activity question. At here you are having 2 choice. Out of that solve any one. It having again 4 marks. Now time management for maths 1. Maths 1 as compared to maths 2, it take less time for writing. For writing it having less time. So I given here MCQ. You attempt this maximally in 20 minutes. First question you will complete in maximally 20 minutes. 3 marks question. For each 3 marks question, you will use 5 to 6 minutes only, not more. For 4 marks question, write it properly within 7 to 8 minutes. So totally, you apply 75 minutes for maths 1. And overall for paper, 10 minutes due for paper checking, your supplement attachment, your attendance. For that you will just use your 10 minutes. In maths 1, there are total 8 chapters. That markings I given here. As we discuss about each chapter, we will see that marking again. First chapter that related to the mathematical logic. Mathematical logic, in that questions related to the statement that true or false value we will write here. These questions will come for 2 or 3 marks in our question paper. In these statements, mathematical formulae or identities, they always give perfect answer. Logical, that question also come. You will draw that logical table, truth table. At there, we will use this value. So you just remember this value, like as conjunction, what is your sign? T and T, it is given T. Yeah, in place of and, we having some words, bird, though, year, till. Moreover, these words also come. So for that we use conjunction. Yeah, disjunction. What we use? Implication. What is the basic formula? Double implication. That formula I given here. When you apply negation, in negations, properly given conjunction, disjunction, implication, या double implication आपको पता है. But some words are also important, like as all. What is the negation? It will use as the sum. या sum उसका negation आता है all. For all, its negation is there exist. या there exist का negation आता है for all. So remember these points when you write your paper. Venn diagram question. Venn diagram. In that, this time in prelim you are having question for Venn diagram. Venn diagram के लिए आपको क्या write करना है? Then you get your full marks. In answer you should write universal set. What is your set A, set B, and you draw that diagram. In that, write your shaded region. It's compulsory, and using this shaded region, you can write your truth statement. Like as in this question paper, A intersection B is not equal to 5. तो स्टेटमेंट लिखेंगे तो आपको पूरे मार्क्स मिलने वाले. So it's also compulsory. First part, form of the sentence. आपको converse, inverse, contrapositive. Related to that, you are having one question for 3 marks, and that question is very easy. So for this, I given here format, how you will write your answer. तो पहले जो आपको स्टेटमेंट दिया है, you will write in P implies Q. इस फॉर्म में राइट कीजिए and then write its converse. Again, it will change in the statement format. So you apply these basic things and then convert that in the statement form. Negation of next point we define here negation. In that I given here for our proper negations. So you follow this negation. And last important point for this topic, truth table. Truth table, when you write, how many components are given? 2 components, means P and Q are 2 components are given. Then you should apply truth values only 4. 2 square यानी 4 values आते. तो 4 values कैसे write करने? Just I given below in second part. For P we write T T F F. For Q we write T F T F. At least you write this so you get 1 marks for poor person. Poor performance के लिए. 3 components are given. P, Q, R. 3 components are given. Then how many truth values we apply here? 2Q, it is equal to 8. यानी P के लिए आता है 4 times T, 4 times F. Then Q के लिए 2 times T, 2 times F, 2 times again repeat. And for R, alternately we write T, F, T, F. In such way you write, then you will get at least 1 mark if your performance is poor. Please define first our chapter logic. In that 8 marks are given, so that marks distribution will be 1 plus 1, 3, 3. Here you are having 1 plus 4 plus 3. In such way you are having marking scheme. So वहाँ पर totally 8 marks. Similarly for matrices, it also having 8 marks. I written here that marks distribution 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 आ सकते हैं. या 1 plus 3 plus 4 आ सकता है, या rarely they will ask for 4 marks 2 questions. That combination rarely they will apply. In matrix chapter, when notation is important. Matrix के लिए क्या notation use करना है? I just given here. Matrix के लिए proper box use करना है, and for determinant only lines we apply. ये difference रखिए, नहीं तो आपने पूरा solve किया है. But in place of matrix, you use determinant. That symbol you apply. तो आपको marks कितना मिलेगा? 1 या 2 उसने दे दिया तो ठीक है. Otherwise 0 marks you will get here. So please remember that sign is important. In matrices, type of matrices are very important because related to that, 3 marks and 1 marks question must come in your question paper. Yeah, I done here only important parts. Symmetric, skew symmetric, diagonal matrix, null matrix, transpose of matrix. These are important points, and similar you apply when you find determinant. Algebra of matrices, इसमें सारे use होते हैं. And algebra of matrix में addition या subtraction, how you will apply? Just I given here example. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स मिस्टेक करते हैं. इजी वाला क्वेश्चन है. यू शुड गेट फुल मार्क्स फ्रॉम दिस क्वेश्चन. सो प्लीज यू अप्लाई दिस एंड राइट इट्स आंसर. तो आपको पूरे मार्क्स मिल सकते हैं. व्हेन यू अप्लाई मल्टीप्लिकेशन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन कैसे की जाती है? वहां पर ऑर्डर number of columns in first matrix is equal to number of rows in second matrix. ये बेसिक है और क्लियर है. तो वहां पर मल्टीप्लिकेशन दैट टाइम फर्स्ट रो मल्टीप्लाई टू फर्स्ट कॉलम, यानी आपको फर्स्ट एलिमेंट मिलने वाला है. देन फर्स्ट रो मल्टीप्लाई टू सेकंड कॉलम, तो फर्स्ट रो का सेकंड एलिमेंट मिलेगा. सो इन एग्जांपल आई जस्ट डिफाइन हियर फर्स्ट एलिमेंट एंड लास्ट एलिमेंट. कैसे हुई मल्टीप्लिकेशन? यू विल जस्ट सी दिस. ये बेसिक पॉइंट आप याद रखेंगे तो फुल मार्क्स मिलने वाले हैं. इन दिस प्रीलिम एग्जाम ए स्क्वायर वैल्यू आस्क, या इन क्वेश्चन में कई बार तो अप्लाई करना था. सम स्टूडेंट जस्ट टू ए स्क्वायर मींस नंबर के ए स्क्वायर कर दिए. नो, दैट्स रॉन्ग. यू विल अप्लाई हियर a into a, then you get your correct answer. So this basic thing you apply here. A plus b bracket square, you can write that square as a square plus ab plus ba plus b square. तो ये फॉर्मूला आपको याद रखने हैं. You apply this. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये कवर किया. इस पर 3 मार्क्स या 1 मार्क का क्वेश्चन जरूर आता है. सो यू कैन रिवाइज दैट. इनवर्स ऑफ मैट्रिक्स. In question paper there is a question, find the inverse of given matrix. If they write here proper method, then you can apply that. For that methods are two. Elementary transformation, उसमें अगर फिर से उन्होंने दिया है रो elementary transformation, then you apply that properly. क्या adjoint method is given, then you apply adjoint. In elementary transformation, two methods, row transformation, column transformation. When you apply row transformation, what is the basic? हाँ, आप inverse find कर रहे हैं तो पहले आप वहां पर determinant value find कीजिए and write कीजिए. Determinant A is not equal to 0, so inverse of matrix exists. You solve up to this, then you get 1 marks for poor performance student. As you start row transformation, आपने वो statement लिख दिया. उसके बाद आप apply करने वाले A into A inverse is equal to identity matrix. और वो करते समय आपके बेसिक वहां पर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन क्या आएंगे? फर्स्ट एलिमेंट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट रो यू विल डू एज द 1, सेकंड एंड थर्ड रो इट्स फर्स्ट एलिमेंट यू विल राइट एज द 0. फॉर दैट यू अप्लाई ऑपरेशन. या दे पर्टिकुलरली गिवन कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन यू अप्लाई. सो व्हाट इज आवर स्टेटमेंट? A inverse into A equal to identity, and then what is your basic column transformation? तो आप पहले वहां पर first row first element you will try to make as the 1, then second column first element is 0, third column first element you make as the 0 by column operation. If it is given adjoint method, आपको adjoint method अप्लाई करनी है या उससे रिलेटेड भी कभी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, फाइंड कोफैक्टर मैट्रिक्स या जस्ट फाइंड adjoint A, तो यहाँ पर ये स्टेप्स आपको अप्लाई करने हैं. For inverse, we will first write determinant A is not equal to 0. Find minor value, find cofactor value, find cofactor matrix, and then adjoint A, and then write A inverse formula. As you go by these steps, so you will get some marks if your final answer is wrong. तो आपको कहीं पर तो यहाँ पर मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. If you directly write adjoint A और वहीं पर आपका wrong हो गया तो आपको कुछ भी मार्क्स नहीं मिलने वाले. So you follow these steps, you will get at least half marks if your final answer is wrong. तो 3 में से आपको 2 marks तो मिल जाएंगे. So you follow these steps. Last topic आता है कि जो elementary transformation adjoint, इस पर 3 marks का question they will ask. And last question for application of matrices. यहाँ पर आप find करते हैं values of x, y, z. Solve given equation and find value of x, y, z. So again in question, if they given use inversion method या reduction method. If they give inversion method, inversion उसके नाम में ही दिया है inverse. So you apply x equal to a inverse b. यानी आपका क्या हुआ? फिर से वर्क find a inverse and then apply this formula and write value of x, y, z. So नाम में ही है वहां पर inversion means inverse method. Then second reduction method, again same reduction यानी reduce कर तो कौन सी मेथड आती है, रो या कॉलम ऑपरेशन में. In this method, you can just find upper triangular matrix and then write your equations, and from that equations you find x, y, and z. Okay, in such way we apply inversion or reduction method in matrix. This question also come for 3 or 4 marks. Now differentiation, weightage of this chapter differentiation is 7 marks. Again, that marks will split as 1 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah, 1 plus 1 plus 4 plus जो भी रहेगा वो आगे आप write कर सकते हैं. So differentiation, these are basic formulae. You should remember this formulae so it's easy in your exam. Just like as derivative of x, a derivative of e raised to x, because in differentiation you are having big question. उसमें फिर से आपको small derivative find करने हैं, तो at least आपको उसमें से जो derivative याद आ रहा है as per formula, तो आप उतना तो write कीजिए. So you will get 1 marks या 2 marks as you write specially derivative of each function. Okay, so these are basic formula. In differentiation chapter, you are having 5 methods, chain rule for first exercise. In chain rule, we are having complex function. यानी आपको रहता है वहां पर question find derivative of log of 2x plus 1. तो ये क्या हुआ, complex function. Log का आप derivative find करते हैं, again derivative of 2x plus 1. So it is defined as the complex function. For that we apply dy upon dx, it is equal to dy by du into du upon dx. या inverse function. For inverse function, their question is find dx upon dy. तो उसी में आ गया dx upon dy, यानी आपको क्या फाइंड करना है, पहले dy upon dx and then take its transpose. Third method, logarithmic function. Logarithmic function, it defined as in degree format. Function raised to function, like as x raised to x. तो इसका डेरिवेटिव डायरेक्टली नहीं आता है, so we apply log on both sides and continue that. Lastly, we having implicit method. Implicit method means in this question that function is given in x and y format. वहां पर हम x और y को सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते. या in inversion method आपने लिखा क्या है, inversion, यानी उसमें ही inverse आ रहा है. Find inverse of matrix is given only no proof, then you can use inversion method या adjoint method, that depends on you finding inverse. तो उसके लिए आप adjoint method use कीजिए या row column transformation method you will apply if it is not given specifically in your question paper. Okay. In implicit, that function is given like as y e raised to x plus x e raised to y equal to 1. And here x and y are not separate, they are given in combined form. Then we directly apply differentiation and then separate dy upon dx and write your answer. So, and lastly we are having parametric equation. Parametric function in this 3 variable exist. यानी आपको जो x and y values are given that are in third variable. That variable may be t या u variable is given. Like as x equal to 2t, y equal to 4t square. Then we will solve this by using parametric equation. 1 minute, Shravir. We just complete this parametric. In dy upon dx, we can apply derivative of y and derivative of x with respect to t and then write proper formula. In that we will now apply values. Okay, in such way we write parametric function. Shravir, in differentiation to write formula is necessary. Differentiation में आप formula write करके आगे जाएंगे. It's also good because if you are poor person, your performance is not good, तो आपको वहां पर बेसिक जो आपने लिखा है उसके लिए 1 मार्क्स देगा. हाँ आपको प्रॉपरली आंसर आ रहा है तो एज पर मेथड यू राइट योर आंसर। फॉर्मूला यानी लॉग का डेरिवेटिव क्या है तो आप राइट में लिख के रखिए। e⁻x का डेरिवेटिव क्या आता है तो बेसिक फॉर्मूला है आपको राइट में लिखना है, दैट कंपल्सरी। बेसिक फॉर्मूला यू विल राइट ऑन द राइट साइड। ओके, in this differentiation these are 5 methods related to that. We are having 3 marks at least. In logarithmic they use 99% logarithmic and parametric function. They ask question on these two methods generally. Yeah, related to the second order derivative also they ask question in fill in the blanks. Fourth time उन्होंने use किया है second order derivative का question in फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन एमसीक्यू में या फिलअप्स में या ट्रू फॉल्स में उसका क्वेश्चन आता है 1 मार्क्स के लिए। तो सेकेंड ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव स्मॉल स्मॉल क्वेश्चंस किए वो आप अच्छे से कर लीजिए। नेक्स्ट चैप्टर we have application of derivatives. This chapter having 9 marks related to the derivatives. This chapter is going on as compared to differentiation. This chapter is very easy because at here we only apply basic formulae of differentiation. तो इतने याद है तो आराम से आपको ये चैप्टर आ जाता है। In this we are having 3 main methods. In that first method, equation of tangent and normal. Directly they given question, find equation of tangent and normal as the function या as the curve is given dash dash. तो आपको वहाँ पर first what you do, you can find slope of tangent, slope of normal, what is the point on the curve, write this information and then apply proper formula of tangent and normal. You will write your answer. आपने बेसिक में ये फर्स्ट 3 पॉइंट्स राइट किए हैं तो आपको 1 मार्क्स तो मिलने वाला है। तो वहां पर आप स्पेशली स्लोप ऑफ टेंजेंट, स्लोप ऑफ नॉर्मल फाइंड कीजिए तो आपको 1 मार्क्स तो मिल सकता है। सेकेंड मेथड आती है इंक्रीजिंग एंड डिक्रीजिंग फंक्शन। इंक्रीजिंग डिक्रीजिंग एज वेल एज मैक्सिमा मिनिमा। इन दैट फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव we find value of x. आप मैक्सिमा मिनिमा में भी देखेंगे तो वहां पर आप f dash x equal to 0 कंसीडर करके x की वैल्यू फाइंड करते हैं। and at here also on first order derivative you make comparison and find value of x. तो दोनों के लिए फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव कंपल्सरी है। Increasing, decreasing, what is your question? As per that, first you frame function. Function direct दिया है, no problem. But some questions find profit and then it is increasing या decreasing. At which point ऐसा question रहता है? तो वहाँ पर आपको पहले function find करना है. And after that, you find first order derivative, apply your given condition, increasing, then you can consider first order derivative greater than 0 and then find value of x. Value find किए तो last में आप correct answer write कीजिए। In some questions order 3 का question रहता है तब आपको वहाँ पर first order derivative आता है और order 2 का आता है। Order 2 का आया तो वहाँ पर आपको 2 factors मिलने वाले हैं। In 2 factors again if it is increasing यानी 2 factor multiplication is greater than 0. So what is your factors? First and second factor greater than 0 आएगा। The first and second factor both are less than 0 आपको consider करना है। That I given here. Yeah, when that decreasing order we apply, then what is product of these 2 factor is less than 0. So what is our possibilities? First factor greater than 0, second is less than 0. Yeah, first is less than 0, then second is greater than 0. In such way, we use increasing and decreasing function. Next, we having maxima and minima. In maxima, minima, maxima, minima, before that we having demand function, price function, a total cost, total revenue, profit. These points we are not directly applying. Related to this, we having question in maxima, minima, या increasing, decreasing. On that they ask find the marginal demand which is increasing at which point. तो आपको वहां पर as per method you will first write function related to the marginal demand या marginal cost या marginal revenue. तो आप पहले उसका फंक्शन राइट करेंगे एंड देन सॉल्व दिस एज पर method. ये मैक्सिमा मिनिमा इट हैविंग प्रॉपर मेथड. नेक्स्ट आता है मैक्सिमा मिनिमा. This question they generally ask for 4 marks. In this you having first find function. After finding this you find first order derivative. Consider it is equal to 0, so you get value of x. Using this as you get value of x, find second order derivative. In second order derivative you put value of x. And if this value is less than 0, then you get maximum function. If it is greater than 0, then given function is minimum. So finally, when you write your final answer, you can write it properly. Given function is maximum at this point, and value of the function वो भी आपको find करनी होगी. वो value find करके वो भी final answer में डालिए. We're having 99%, 4 marks. And last method we having consumption expenditure. तो यहाँ पर जो मैंने फॉर्मूले लिखे, that formula if you write in paper at least you get 1 marks. सिर्फ फॉर्मूले लिखे तो आपको कम से कम 1 मार्क्स मिल जाएगा. हाँ, आगे आप सॉल्व कर रहे हैं 4 marks you get easily because this question always they ask for 4 marks MPC, MPS, APC या APS value. सारे 4 values हमें find करने होते हैं. For that we having 4 marks. That very easy topic. You should prepare this because in maths वहाँ पर ऑप्शन नहीं कि ये मेथड नहीं की तो सेकेंड मेथड करेंगे then you get marks. No, all methods are compulsory. So you prepare complete syllabus, then you get full marks. Next we having integration chapter. Integration chapter it having 7 marks. Integration chapter these are basic formulae. Using this formulae, yeah, again in next slide you are having some formulae related to that formulae. You get any one question in first question. MCQ में या फिलअप्स में आपको क्वेश्चन आता ही है इंटीग्रेशन का. फाइंड इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ दिस गिवन फंक्शन. तो आपको 1 मार्क्स तो वहीं पर मिल जाता है. एटलीस्ट आपने बेसिक फॉर्मूले वहां पर प्रिपेयर किए. That all formulae I collected here. First x raised to n, second e raised to x का है या 1 upon x का है. Next formula bypass rule I given here. So in bypass rule, what is the value of u and v? Write properly. LAE. You apply that L logarithmic, arithmetic and exponential function. तो उस हिसाब से आप u को वहां पर write करते हैं and then second function write as the v value. So you mention that properly and write this formula. So you get minimally 1 marks and then put your values in your proper formula. So you get complete marks. Next formula दिया है e raised to x into f of x plus f dash x dx is equal to e raised to x f of x. ये formula या आगे का formula. These are very favorite formulae of the exam paper setter. Generally they ask question on these 2 formulae. 99% ये formula आपको पेपर में कहीं ना कहीं अप्लाई करना रहता है. So these 3 formulae are very important. इसका क्वेश्चन आता ही है 3 फॉर्मूले पर. तो ये आप अच्छे से कर लीजिए. इस पे क्वेश्चन भी आप प्रिपेयर कर लीजिए. लास्ट फॉर्मूला इंटीग्रेशन f dash x upon f of x is equal to log modulus f of x. तो ये फॉर्मूला भी वहां पर अप्लाई होता है 99%. नेक्स्ट अगेन इन इंटीग्रेशन फर्स्ट एक्सरसाइज रिलेटेड टू फर्स्ट 2 फॉर्मूले. थर्ड फॉर्मूला लिखा है that is related to the third formula a e raised to x plus b upon c e raised to x plus d. आपके क्वेश्चन में ही इसी टाइप में रहता है e raised to x present in numerator as well as denominator with addition of some constant. Then we apply third exercise यानी ये वाला फॉर्मूला वहां पर अप्लाई. Now next formula I written in different color because related to this formula which type of question we get in question paper. तो वहां पर आपका क्वेश्चन जनरल रहता है इंटीग्रेशन 1 upon ax square plus bx plus c टाइप का वहां पर क्वेश्चन रहता है. फॉर सॉल्विंग दैट क्वेश्चन वी अप्लाई दिस टू ग्रीन फॉर्मूला. तो आपका क्वेश्चन तो वो है, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो फॉर्मूला दिया है दैट इम्पोर्टेंट. सो फर्स्ट यू कैन write your question properly, then format in our regular form and then write our basic formula. तो यहाँ पर हमें फॉर्मूला लिखना इम्पोर्टेंट है, then you get full marks. If you are topper, तो उस टाइम आपने फॉर्मूला नहीं लिखा है तो आपका 1 मार्क्स वहां पर डिडक्ट होगा. So you apply all basic formulae on the right side. Your next formula I given, in that formula under root sign, you just check your question with under root sign. If under root is given in question, तो आपको इस फॉर्मूले में जाना है. तो हमेशा आप क्वेश्चन पहले देखिए. इंटीग्रेशन 1 upon under root is given, then we apply this method and solve that question. This generally green and red color formula. For that you are having question of 3 marks. 3 marks for this type of questions. Okay, now next. First two formulae, they generally ask very rare question on these two formulae. So no need to prepare. Yeah, this formulae just apply in 1 mark question. Next method we having partial fraction. How we will define that question? In this question you having 2 factors, 3 factors. After simplifying that equation in denominator. And then we apply partial fraction. Partial fraction में आपने A, B, C values find, then apply integration. Okay, Raj, what happened? Just put in chat box. Raj Shah, you raise your hand. So what is your doubt? Okay. In partial fraction, we are having these basic methods. When you are having question for 2 factor, 3 factor, as per basic formula, you can find here value of A, B, C, then you should get 1 marks. So when you solve question properly, step wise चाहिए वहाँ पर पहले A, B, C values you find and then put that in integration and then write its answer. So you get full marks. So step wise जाएंगे तो आपको values आपने solve किए, सब answers you will write here proper. Then you get at least that marks, 1 या 2 marks मिल जाएगा. You complete that and write full answer and highlight it, so you get full marks. तो यहाँ पर आप धीरे-धीरे सारे marks collect कर सकते हैं as you get go through the steps and particular answer you should highlight. Then you get at least 2 marks या 3 marks, and if it is completed, then full marks you get. Okay, now next chapter we have definite integration. Definite integration, it is based on the integration. It having limits, means definite defined here वहाँ पर 0 to 1. Limited values we will write here. What is our basic for definite integration? I just highlight here integration a to b f of x dx, and then phi of b minus phi of a, we get our final answer. In definite integration, this phi formulae, yeah, applications I written here. There are 7 or 8 applications are given in book, but these 5 are very important. उसमें से पहले 2 है, उस पर तो क्वेश्चन आता है एमसीक्यू में, या इवन ऑड फंक्शन का है, उसके एप्लीकेशन भी एमसीक्यू. इन दैट दे गिव क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट टू या लास्ट इवन ऑड फंक्शन. For that they use question of 1 marks in MCQ या फिलअप्स में आता है वो question. So you remember that formula. Now third, integration a to b f of x dx, it is equal to f of a plus b minus x dx. This question या उसके आगे की जो property है, that property they generally ask question for 3 marks. तो उसके question भी आप अच्छे से कर लीजिए. That questions they ask for 3 marks. For definite integration, 5 marks, so they generally divide as 1 plus 1 plus 3. Yeah, rarely that combination is 1 plus 4. So this topic is very easy. If you completed integration chapter, then it's really easy chapter. Only 2 exercises are given, or maybe question both come here. So you prepare that, you get full marks from this topic. And after this, you are having application of definite integration chapter. 4 marks only. 4 marks. Again, there is single exercise. In single exercise, only 9 question. On that first 7 question, वहाँ पर directly आपको limits किया है and function value also provided. So you directly apply limits integration a to b. इसमें आपके limits a की value, b की value आप put कर सकते हैं. And function is given. So straightforwardly you put that value and find integration to get full marks. Yes, Ravi. In application of definite integration, diagram requires how many marks? Diagram, it rough works, it not having marks. For your understanding, only you draw that diagram. It's not compulsory part. In definite integration, you write directly answer. It's also okay. आपने diagram draw किया है, इसके लिए marks नहीं है. So don't worry about that part. In application of definite integration, as per Shravir, we just draw that rough diagram for our understanding. आपको diagram नहीं आ रहा है, don't draw that diagram. You directly write answer. अगर आपको directly आ रहा है, so you will write that answer directly. Especially for parabola, circle, the intersection of line. This question is given. Then you draw that rough diagram for your understanding. यानी आपको वहाँ से क्या होता है? लिमिट्स फाइंड होते हैं परफेक्टली, तो आपका आंसर जनरली करेक्ट ही आता है डायग्राम ड्रॉ किया तो. एंड फॉर एरिया, which function you apply? If you write y dx यानी f of x dx में आपने राइट किया है, तो आपके लिमिट्स क्या रहते हैं? x equal to a, x equal to b आता है. If you write your area, your formula as x dy यानी f of y dy आपने राइट किया है. So your function in y variable, so your limits are y equal to c to y equal to d. यानी पूरा equation, पूरा integration you will write in x variable या only in y variable. Then you get your complete answer. And then last chapter, differential equation and applications. This last chapter it having 10 marks. 10 marks, differential equation and application. It is related to derivative and as well as integration. In this chapter, again, some points are very easy that will give you full marks, like as order and degree of the differential equation. ये क्वेश्चन तो आपको एमसीक्यू में आता है, ऑर्डर एंड डिग्री, राइट? ऑर्डर एंड डिग्री ऑफ द गिवन डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. उसमें भी उनका फेवरेट क्वेश्चन क्या रहता है? जहां पर फ्रैक्शन में दिया है ना डिग्री, दैट क्वेश्चन दे जनरली आस्क. सो दिस क्वेश्चन हैविंग 1 मार्क, तो यहाँ पर एटलीस्ट आपको 1 मार्क्स मिलने वाला है. सेकेंड मेथड आती है टू फॉर्म डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. दिस क्वेश्चन इन दैट वी अप्लाई डेरिवेटिव. कितने डेरिवेटिव वहां पर अप्लाई कर? दैट you can decide by using your equation. 2 arbitrary constants are given, then you differentiate 2 times. Single arbitrary constant. Again, arbitrary constant means a, b, c like that you are having. Then it is called as the arbitrary constant. कितने दिए हैं? As per that you write your derivative. एक arbitrary constant तो एक ही derivative निकालना है. 2 arbitrary constant तो 2 ही टाइम derivative निकालना है. और आपका टारगेट क्या है वहां पर? You delete that arbitrary constant. A और B आपके लास्ट आंसर में दिखाई नहीं देनी चाहिए. That's your formation of differential equation. Next method आती है solution of differential equation. वहाँ पर से क्वेश्चन रहता है evaluate given differential equation. Now which method we can apply here? First, in that differential equation, if variable gets separated, very easy. Variable separable means x and dx you collect one side. Y and dy terms that you collect in second side. तो वहाँ पर क्या हुआ? Variable separable method. And then you apply integration. But if it is not possible to separate that x and y, then that question may be in homogeneous differential equation. हाँ, अभी इसको कैसे आप find out करेंगे? We apply homogeneous differential equation. So in this question, degree, 1 minute, at here order of equation is same, just like x cube y plus xy square, x cube y plus xy cube इक्वल टू एक्स स्क्वायर वाई स्क्वायर, यानी सबकी डिग्री कितनी हो गई? 4 हो गई. दैट कॉल्ड एज द होमोजेनियस डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. सबकी डिग्री सेम है, then we apply homogeneous, means we make here substitution y equal to bx and then continue. So आपने एटलीस्ट क्वेश्चन वहां पर कंफर्म कर दिया. अप्लाई हियर होमोजेनियस डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन, आपने सब्स्टिट्यूशन राइट कर दी, इसका डेरिवेटिव राइट किया, तो आपको 1 मार्क्स मिलने वाला है. सो when you solve question, go as step wise. धीरे धीरे आंसर आप लिखते जाइए, एक एक स्टेप कंप्लीट करते जाइए. So you collect 1 marks every time. That important for part of the poor performance student. And last आता है आपका linear differential equation. There are 2 methods. First आपका फॉर्म आता है dy upon dx plus py equal to q. How to write solution? In that you first find integrating factor. You find that integrating factor, then you get 1 mark. You write your formula and substitute values at least, then you get 2nd marks. And you complete integration, then you get 3rd marks. तो यहाँ पर स्टेप वाइज चाहिए, आपने कंपेयर करके P2 के वैल्यू राइट किए, इंटीग्रेटिंग फैक्टर राइट किया, you get 1 marks. You put values in your solution. तो आपको ये solution वाला मैंने फॉर्मूला लिखा है वो पहले राइट करना है, and in that you place your values, then you get 2nd. And you simplify, write final answer, then you get 3rd marks. Similarly for second method of the linear differential equation. And last method we having application of differential equation, means last exercise. In last exercise, उसके question आपको पहचानना easy है. That question is given in completely descriptive, बड़ा सा question है. So you read that only 5 या 6 questions are given, like as the bacteria या population, वो words उस question में आते ही है, तो आपको आराम से वो question identify करना easy जाएगा. So application of differential equation. First 5 or 6 lines that are common for every question. So at least you prepare that 6 lines for each question. You write that lines. आपको question का आंसर नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, आपको वैल्यू समझ में नहीं आ रही, लेकिन क्वेश्चन उतना समझ में आया कि ये लास्ट एक्सरसाइज का क्वेश्चन, then you write that 6 lines. First 6 lines you write, get 1 marks. उसके आगे आ रहा है, यानी आपको क्या सॉल्व करना है, पहले a की वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है, फिर a की वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है. Because when you find value of a, you put t equal to 0. When you find value of a, second time t कुछ तो दिया रहता है, you apply and find value of t. And then substitute all values and find your final answer. You complete this 4 step. मैंने 4 स्टेप में इसको डिवाइड करके दिया है. पहले आपने इक्वेशन लिखा, यानी 6 लाइन्स राइट किए, तो वहां पर एक मार्क्स था. फिर सेकेंड स्टेप लिखी, ए की वैल्यू आपने फाइंड की तो 2nd मार्क्स. आपने ए की वैल्यू फाइंड की, देन यू गेट 3rd मार्क्स. एंड इन ऑल वैल्यूज यू पुट इन द लास्ट स्टेप एंड फाइंड फाइनल आंसर, यू गेट 4 मार्क्स. देन यू गेट फुल मार्क्स. तो ये क्वेश्चन आपका हमेशा 4 मार्क्स के लिए आता है. दे आस्क रेयरली, but if it comes, its marks are 4 and very easy. So you apply these and solve the question, you get full marks. All points I cover here, and that points if you follow, at least you read these all slides, your revision will complete it, and you get आराम से आपको वहां पर 60% from maths 1 you will score here. So इतना भी आपने रीड किया, it's sufficient for you. That related to your maths 1 या maths 2 paper. Now, before that, in February, first or second week, you are having practical exam. Practical exam है, आपने practical check करके लिए है. You just cross verify your all answers in practical book. If your answers is correct, then it's okay. Practical exam, that time you will appear your practical exam. You should have a practical book. It's compulsory. Without practical book, entry is not possible. In practical exam, question paper, you having 4 questions from section 1 to section 2 questions are there. Solve any 3 questions, that's your choice. 5 marks for each question. तो वहां पर 15 मार्क्स का आपका क्वेश्चन पेपर हुआ. प्रैक्टिकल बुक लेके आए, उसका भी इम्पोर्टेंस है. For that you having 5 marks. So practical book is very important at time of practical examination. और सारे क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिकल बुक से आने वाले, तो उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन कीजिए. That is also your revision for maths paper. So all the best for practical exam as well as your final exam. I completed here maths 1. Now maths 2 will carry by Sunita madam. So I hand over to Sunita madam. Madam, please. If you are having any doubt, just give in your chat box. Okay.
So good afternoon, dear students. The session 1 was very good. So might be your all doubts has been solved by listening the section 2 by Jyoti madam. And I think I'm audible. Am I audible? Hello, dear students. Am I audible? Yeah, there is one question from Shrey William. Regarding to the practical examination, the question will be asked from the practical book itself. Yes, you have to prepare practical book for the practical examination. The part 1, part A as well as part B, you have to be prepared. So the questions will be asked from the practical book. Yeah. So. So we'll discuss about the section 2. Yeah. So the points which we are going to discuss in the section 2. The topic-wise mark distribution, question paper format, and the key points to get 100% marks, and the HSC practical board examination. I think this point we had discussed already, and the evaluation scheme of March 2020 paper, which we had shared on our official WhatsApp group. So hope most of the student has been solved this March 2022 paper, and just you have to carry, because this point is going to be discussed with by the Kakade sir. So please just be ready with your March 2020 paper. And yes. So next. So if we have overall through the topic-wise distribution of section 2, we have a total 8 topics. And if we have seen the marks with option, so the first to 8 topic, and if we add these, we have a 58 marks. But when we think about the our weightage of the paper 2, it has only 40 marks. So what you people think that if I skip 1 or 2 topics, then it will be okay, and I will score more than 30, more than 35. Yeah, I can score 40 marks, but no, we cannot, because all 8 topics are compulsory. We cannot skip a single topic from this. Why? I'll tell you. If you observe the commission, brokerage, discount, all the topics, and our question paper format, we have the first question as a MCQ. So if we are omitting the any one topic, it is not affordable, because the MCQ, the objective questions, can be asked from any topic. Now, if you have a overall on the topics, everything is fine. That is because it is the comfort zone of the students. First topic, second, linear regression, time series, index number, linear programming, assignment problem, and sequencing. All the topics are very likely to the students. It is of their comfort zone, and it is we can score more marks in the paper 2. Yes. But when we went to the topic number 8, that is probability distribution. If we think the weightage of this topic carries the highest mark, that is 11. But most of the students think it has the integration mark, so we cannot do. And probability distribution is difficult one. So I think it is not difficult. You have to go through the topic and you can attempt it in the exam or you cannot attempt, but you should know what is probability distribution. So whenever we are attempting the paper, when we are giving the examination, all should be familiar to us because we should not have any fear regarding to the few topics. Why? Because as it has 11 marks, so what will happen? The first question, MCQ, 1-2 questions definitely from a probability distribution. 3-4 marks, at least 1 to 2 questions are from probability distribution. And that is the human tendency. What we don't know, it हमें जल्दी दिख जाता है. So whenever we have a look on the question paper, starting में we can see the probability distribution topic. So what we think, the paper is difficult. The half of the paper just याद ही नहीं आ रहा है. Most of the questions are probability distribution. So it is not difficult. You should have to go through the probability distribution and how you have to prepare. We are going to discuss about it. Okay. Yeah. So whenever we have the question paper, the teacher knows, the paper setter knows, or the teachers knows, all the students are not same. So we set the paper according to that. Means all are not a scholar and all not a failure. So we have the different category of the students. Some might feel the maths is very easy. Some students might feel the maths is very difficult subject. Or the students, they can prepare, but they cannot implement during the examination. So we think all these type of students and paper always set by this format. The difficult questions, the average question, and the easy questions. So the marks and the percentage I have given according to the 80 marks, means total paper 1 as well as paper 2. So the difficult question, it carries only 23 marks. The average students can carry 58 marks, and the easy questions, we have a 35 marks. Means whatever the type of question, they can around say pass the examination. That was the motive of the paper set. And the scholar students, means some skill questions are there, some application based questions are there. So by considering all the type of students, the question paper we always formatted. So don't think the questions will come from the miscellaneous only. It will be apart from the textbook. Easy questions can't be asked. No, all type of questions will be included in the paper, question paper. So question paper format, these are the general instructions. And when we have the first instruction, that it is regarding to the logarithmic table, so it will be provided on the center. And the second instruction, if we observe, it is regarding to the LBP graph table. So the LBP graph paper is not necessary, only rough sketch is expected. But few centers, they may provide the graph paper, or few centers, they may not provide the graph paper. So according to the center, we have to take one. So don't wait for a graph paper till end. So whenever we have the LBP question, what we think graph paper will come, it will be provided, and at the end I will attempt this question. No, don't wait for the graph paper. You may draw a rough sketch and you can attempt the question. So all the instructions has been discussed by ma'am. And the last instruction, it is only for only the first attempt to be consider. It is only for the objective questions. Okay, MCQ, true, false, and fill in the blanks. Next. Section 2, this is the paper pattern. Question number 4, it is same like the question paper 1. So question 4A, it has the MCQ questions, 6 marks. All the questions are compulsory. 3 true, false, and yes, ma'am has also mentioned, don't write T and F here, because if you are writing T and F, you will get 0 marks there. Why? Because I don't know about the any other subject, but in maths we have in paper 1 logic, mathematical logic. So you be used to form a table by using T and F. So that is the habit in maths that we have to write T and F. So not intentionally, but you people write true instead of true and false, you write T and F. So it should not happen because the marks will be obviously deducted. And the fill in the blanks. So ma'am also told that we have to either you can write the full sentence or you can write the fill in the blank, but just underline your words. So that is the question number 4A. And next question number 5, we have the short answer and long answer. The first sub question. First A, that is we have to attempt any 2 out of 3, and B, any 2 out of 3 again. So the A sub question has 3 marks each, and B 4 marks each. So same pattern we have for a 6A, but the second sub question is 6B. We have to attempt only 1, and question number 6C. It is an activity question. So 2 questions will be provided, and out of 2 we have to attempt 1. Now, if we have overall the question paper pattern, if we observe the question number 4, it is MCQ, as well as the question number 6 means MCQ 12 marks, and the activity question, that is 4 marks, 12 plus 4. These are the easiest questions which can be asked, and we can score full marks in these questions. Why? Because question number 4 activity only we have to fill the boxes, and these questions are given only to score the marks, maximum marks. So the next. Okay, so Om was asking this, ma'am, are the textbook questions are enough to practice for MCQ? I'll question this answer because we are going to discuss this point in the this slide. Okay, so if we have the question paper format, so the types of questions I had given here, that is MCQ, true, false, and fill in the blanks. Third, it is short answer is 3 marks question. Long answer is 4 marks question, and the fifth is an activity based question. So the total number of questions we have in section 2 is 25, and out of 25 we have to attempt 20 questions. It will be applicable same for the paper 1. So out of 20, 5 questions are there in option. So, and obviously question number 1 is compulsory. Okay. So 20, out of 25 questions, we have to attempt to 20, and total marks which we had given 58 and compulsory marks are the 40. So just you can have a look on this because we have so much options. Okay, next. Okay, now key points to discuss 100% mark. So key points means what we should have to do. First is the subject knowledge. This is the core topic which we have. If we didn't have the subject knowledge, we cannot do anything. If our knowledge is not there, means we cannot practice the sum. We cannot miss. We know the what is subject, then we cannot do anything from it. So the first is subject knowledge. Second, if we have the knowledge, but by practicing the questions, by practicing the sums, we'll come to know what we can apply or we cannot apply whatever knowledge we have. So practicing is also important. Time management is also important. And with that, we should have to avoid the mistakes and our paper presentation, that all the things it will move to us to the maximum marks, means we can score 100 on 102. But if you're not able to, means some people might have the fear that I cannot pass in the maths paper, but if they have these points, if they are trying to achieve these points, they may definitely pass. But in fact, I will say they can score the 60 and more marks. Now the subject knowledge. Okay. As it is the core topic, subject knowledge, it is mandatory to have everyone. So if you are not well known about any topic, or if you have skipped the topic, just improve your subject knowledge. Why? Because in subject knowledge, what we think as a maths, only we need to solve the sums. So many theoretical part is given in the text for each and every topic. So introductory part is given. They had, if we consider the probability distribution, they had describe what is random variable, there are types of random variable. So many types they had given there, and if you want to read that, means we cannot identify the type of question. Means we don't have the knowledge, means we cannot implement it. So subject knowledge we have to improve along with, and what we have to do, we have to read the theoretical part of the textbook, and which will be helpful to solve the objective questions. So many people are asking, ma'am, is it enough to do the activity, means objective questions from the miscellaneous objectives, that is enough? No, it is not enough. We have to prepare from the theoretical part of the each and every subject. Okay, every topic. So that you have to read it carefully. Now, whatever knowledge we had gained, that we have to implement. Now, how to implement? Now, some people are saying, ma'am, so many questions are there in one exercise. 10 to 15 questions are there in one exercise. So how can we practice it before the exam? Because it is not possible to solve each and every question before the exam. Yes, that is correct. We cannot solve each and every question before the exam. But already we have done, we have the subject knowledge, already we had practiced the sums. So the collect different types of questions from each topic. Probability distribution, though it is from assignment sequencing. Assignment, you can take one topic from maximization sum, minimization sum, unbalanced matrix, and sequence one question from the two machine problem and three machine problem. Just collect a different type of questions, NAT, or different types of questions you can collect and just go through these questions, and means you will cover your maximum question. So no need to solve each and every question from the textbook before the exam. Just have a look on these important sums. Yes, similar types of sums we have to do. Okay. And along with this, now so many formulas are there in paper one as well as paper two. So what we have to, it is not possible to open each and every topic, turn the page, it is time consuming. So at the starting of our lecture, during the lectures, and so I suggested you to maintain a formula book. Hello students, can you listen to me? Am I audible? Just write in chat box. Yeah, thank you, Sujit. So what we have to do, just maintain a formula book so you can refer anytime and you can rectify your mistakes. Okay. So the next point, we have the time management. So everyone knows section 2, it is statistics. So we have so many calculations in it, right? So calculation means it consumes so much of time. So time management I had given over here. So 1 mark question, 2 marks, it is enough. 24 minutes in all. So means it is not compulsory that for one question you have to spend 2 minutes. It depends. Some questions might be easy. Some questions might take time to calculate the answer. So depends on that. In 20 to 24 minutes, you have to complete your question number 4. That is objective. Now question number for 3 marks question, I'd given you 6 minutes, and as you have to solve the questions. 4 questions you have to solve, including question number 5 and question number 6. So in all, you have to spend 24 minutes. And for 4 marks, 9 minutes are enough. These 3 questions that you have to solve. So 20 minutes, 27 minutes you have to spend on 4 marks question. Now, the last activity question, because already question is given there and some boxes are provided. So in between steps might are missing over there. So you need to solve, actually you need to solve this question in rough cutting note, and you have to attempt this question and you have to fill the blanks. So yes, you have to fill the boxes. So I had given 10 minutes for this. So total time which you have to spend on section 2, that is 85 minutes. Okay. So it is not compulsory, means you have a watch in your hand and you will say 6 minutes over, but I couldn't able to complete the last question. So don't get panic. So time may be vary according to you, because some questions might take less time, some questions might take more time. So depends on the question type. Also, the time scale changes. But in all, 85 minutes are maximum to complete the section, because 10 to 15 minutes we require to cross-check the answers and to rectify our mistakes, because in hurry we might do mistakes while writing also we might do mistakes. So we should have some spare time to cross-check to highlight our answer. So in 85 minutes we should complete your paper one. Now time management maybe don't start. It is a part of time management. If you don't know the answer of any particular question, so don't stuck on that question, just leave some space. It consumes both your mind as well as your time, because already you will get frustrated. I'm attempting this question and I'm not able to solve. I know this answer of this question, but some now on the time I cannot get it and I cannot answer this. So you try this question various times and it will consume both your confidence as well as your time. So whatever the answers, questions you are attempting, just solve this and जो आपको नहीं आते हैं, just go on. Next. Now next point, how to minimize error. Minimize error means what mistakes normally we do while solving the question. So the first topic we have the commission, brokerage and discount. In all it has a 6 marks weightage. So bifurcation, as ma'am also told, we can bifurcate 6 mark as 3 plus 3 also, or 2 plus 4, this 1 and 1. It is for objective question and 4 marks question can be asked. So the first topic we have the commission, brokerage and discount. So what is in this topic, commission and brokerage? Basically, it has a word problems. Okay, so word problems is we have to understand the problem carefully. For that, we have to read question carefully, and whatever given in the question, the given data we have to note down in our answer. And with the reference of that, we have to apply the appropriate word. So the way whenever we are writing the given things means you will get the way to apply the correct word. Okay, so according to that, we have to apply the correct word. Now, while applying the formula, the basic formula we should have to mention there. Without applying the formula, if we are writing directly the values, means you are going to lose your marks. So first write down whatever the basic formula, and then the value should be written in that formula. And basically the commission and brokerage, it is totally the topic which is depends on the understanding. Logically also we can, by our practical knowledge, we can solve the commission and brokerage. Next, second part of this topic, we have a discount. In discount, it is important topic. You have to practice the sums from the discount, because at least one question is always there. Okay, so while calculating the period of pay, the banker's discount, banker being legal unit, we have to be very careful. And when we find out the period n value, we have to make the table there and just highlight the table. Just draw a table around that value. It's when we calculate the number of days. Okay, so just highlight it, and then we can continue the answer. So while applying the formula, it should be correct. Next. Second topic, insurance and annuity. What is an insurance? Again, it is totally depends on our understanding. It is logical. It is based on our practical knowledge. So what is in that? Only one thing we have to note: property value, which we gives us a policy value, and policy value gives us a premium, and premium gives the agent's commission. And it insurance is around this. So we should find out what is the property value, what is the policy value, and premium, and by that we will get the commission, agent's commission. Now next we have the second part of this topic, that is annuity. Now what we think, an insurance and annuity only it has a 4 mark weightage. So if I skip it, it will be good. No, because it is a very easy topic, and when we have the annuity, Only two terms we have here, annuity due and annuity immediate. So due means just we have to identify the keywords whenever we in the question, when we have the beginning or at the starting, means the type of annuity is annuity due. And when we have the word end of the period, means it is the annuity immediate. Only four formulas we have. We have to find either the accumulated value or present value. So this formula we have. And one important thing in this, one given thing we had there, given data, that is 1.1 power 3, 1.4 power 3. So what it helps, whenever we can find I, this I value also we can find, and N also we will get. So whenever we have N value positive, given data may 1.1 raised to 4 if it is given, means we have to find accumulated value. Some might get confused because the notation A has been used. So they misunderstood A means annuity. It is accumulated value. So when N is positive, means we have to find accumulated value. It might be an annuity due or it might be an annuity immediate. And to identify this, I told you the keywords beginning, due, and end of the period, it is immediate. So present value, when we have the power negative, I 1 plus 1.1 power minus 4 is given. Minus 4 means we have to find present value. So these are the things, and if we are not getting I value correct, so you can identify the bracketed value we had given 1 plus I. So 1.1 means your I value is 0.1. If we had given 1.3 means your I value is 0.3. So if you are not getting this bracketed term, the given same term, then you can use this trick and you can find out I value and the I plus 1 plus I value. So now one more thing, while presenting these type of sums, we have to calculate I separately. What happens if you are not getting the answer? Is you are not sure that you have to apply the accumulated value, you have to find the present value. At that time, if you are applied the wrong formula, and in that only you try to calculate I. Okay, so means you had applied wrong formula, whatever the substitution you had done, basically it is wrong because you had applied the wrong formula. In that case, you will get 0 marks. But if you are calculating I, if you observe all the formulae, in our formula we have I value. So when we calculate I separately, at least 1 mark will be allotted. So you will get 1 mark. So to means we can collect the marks. So calculate I and N value separately. Next. Now again this topic, most of the students skip this because they think it is difficult. No, it is not difficult at all. Only 3 things we have to calculate here: regression coefficient Y on X, regression coefficient X on Y, regression line Y on X, regression line X on Y, and correlation coefficient. Only these things we have, and mean X and Y of a line. So only that we have to calculate it. So what mistake we can done in this linear regression? Sorry. In the regression equation, maybe we have to find the regression coefficient. Regression coefficient means we have to find Vxy and Vyx. Sorry for the disturbance. So we'll continue. Linear regression, we have one type of question, that is assumption method. What is assumption? When in the question, lines are already given and we have to find the regression coefficients. So in that case, what we think, the first line will be always Y on X. Second line will be X on Y. It's not necessary. The first line should be a Y on X or second line should be X on Y. So we have one condition. when the multiplication of regression coefficient is less than 1, it should lies in between 0 to 1. So that assumption we have to verify, and we have to give the proper reasoning. So when we consider first equation as a y on x, find out its coefficient yx, and x on y, find its the regression coefficient kxy, and check its multiplication should be less than 1. Okay, and if it is, then your assumption is correct. And if you are not getting the value less than 1, is whatever assumption you had done, that is wrong. So again, you have to जो first equation to y on x आपने consider किया था, that equation you have to consider x on y. So that reasoning you should have to write. Most of the people forget to write this reasoning, so it will deduct your marks. So write the proper reasoning. And properties of regression coefficients are there. So the third exercise, do not skip this. Very basic properties we have, and that properties only we are going to apply. Next, we have the regression correlation coefficient. Whenever we have to find correlation coefficient, the formula everyone knows, r square is equals to bxy into byx. So r value what we will get, plus or minus square root of byx and bxy. But this plus minus sign, it depends on the value of the regression coefficients x on y and y on x. So how it r, that is correlation coefficient, is positive. If you are getting, means both the regression coefficients are positive, and if both the coefficients are negative, means your regression correlation coefficient is negative. So that reasoning you have to do there, and otherwise 1 mark will be deducted. So if you are getting full on full, 80 on 80, 40 on 40, paper 2. So if you are not given the reasoning for the assumption as well as finding correlation coefficient, 1 mark will be deducted. Time series, the most favorite topic of all. Time series, only we have 3 types basically we have, but the graphical method is easiest one, so everyone can attempt this question. And second type we have the moving average method. In moving average method, the common mistake you people do, 3, 4, 5 yearly moving average. So 3 and 5 it is easy, but while calculating 4 yearly moving average, so there is a different type of table. What we do, we are finding the average. Suppose 5 yearly average we are finding, and while writing the 5 yearly total, what we do, first observations we skip, and we are writing from third, fourth, fifth, and last 2 also we skip, because average of 5 is 3, right? Third observations, in front of that we have to write the 5 yearly total. Same applicable for the 3. We may first will be skipped, first observation which value we write as well last. What about 4? The average is in between second and third. So whenever we have the 4 yearly moving average as well as 6 yearly moving average, what we have to do in 4, third and second and third ke beech mein we have to write the value. So whenever we are making the table, skip alternate line pe you have to write the data. So it will look better. And while doing this type of moving averages sums, do total very carefully, because in digits also will, if there is a difference in digit or decimal values, then your answer will be considered as a wrong, and that is important in the moving average. So your till 3 to 4 decimal points, your answer should be correct, at least 3. So while calculating, while adding, while finding the average, you have to be very careful, because it is means it is sure that moving average question will be there, and as well as least square method sum will be there, because nothing is there in this topic to ask. 3 marks for moving average, might be 4 marks for this least square, or might be the objective questions can be asked. It depends on the paper set. But moving average and least square method we should not skip. Okay, now you have to make a proper table. In least square method also, you have to calculate the value till 3 digit decimal points, and while finding the trend values, no need to show the calculation because it is time consuming, but while writing the proper heading for each column should be there, and calculations are not mandatory, so you can do the calculation in working note and you can write the values there. Okay, and for graphical method, graphical is not allowed, means it is not necessary, rough sketch is expected. So all the things you have to consider while applying the time series, while studying the time series. Next. Again, the most favorite topic of you all, index number. Nothing is there in the index number. It is totally based on formula, right? So what we have the by simple aggregate method, we have price index number, quantity index number, and these are the formulae which is already given. Basically, this I had taken from the textbook only. So all these formula we have to learn. Now, when we have a look on this formula, in all the formula we have into 100, into 100, into 100. But see the last formula, that is cost of living index number using weighted relative method. Okay, so I think if you remember, this type of question we had asked in the terminal 1 exam. Okay, we have to find cost of living index by weighted method. So what you people did, only one mistake, that is into 100 you did, because already where I is given, already into 100 is done already. So while applying this formula, if you are writing into 100 means the formula is wrong. So be careful while applying the formula, and while making the table, suppose we had asked the last year's price index. So the formula everyone knows, summation P1 Q0 summation P0 Q0. Now what is 1? 1 it is for the current year, and 0 is abbreviation is this subscript used for the base year. So you should be aware about this. 1 means current year, 0 is base year. So while making table, no need to find out all the values. Only P1, Q1 is given. So the next column should be P1 into Q0. Last column should be P0, Q0. And summation we have to write carefully and just implement in the formula. By implementing in the formula, basic formula you have to write and then use the its particular value. Okay, so if you are not writing the basic formula, means basically you are going to deduct your marks. So what Sharvil is asking, in index number, is it necessary to round off numbers? No. The answer should be till 2 decimal point, 3 decimal point. Suppose your answer is 134.596 something, sorry, 132.543. Okay, so you cannot write it as a 132 or 133. Don't do that. It should be in decimal. And one common mistake you people do, you write a unit for the index number, because we only told you for whenever we are doing the assignment sequencing, whenever we are finding the area of any curve. So what we told you, write the area. Area is unit is compulsory to write, but index number doesn't have any unit, so no need to write any unit. If you are writing unit, means your concepts are not clear. In that case, your 1 mark will be deducted in top case. So table should be proper. Learn all the formula. Basic formulas are there only. So learn all the formulas, and unit, no need to write the unit, and proper values should be applied. Now, one more thing here, we have index number, the theoretical part, the subjective knowledge you have in economics, because in eco also you have studied the index number. Just that knowledge you have to implement here with these formula in the mathematics. So you have a double benefit of this in eco also, in maths also. So do not skip this topic and just formula carefully learn. Yes. Next. Linear programming problems, again we have 6 marks weightage. So as per the instructions already we have given in the question paper as well. So rough sketch is expected and everyone knows. But only 2 types of sums are there in the LPP. First is the LPP formulation, and second is to find the maximum, maximize and minimum. Right, maximum value and minimum value. These 2 types of sums are there. LPP, that is a word problem. We have to read it carefully. We have to identify what is the objective function. We have to identify what are the constraints there, and then we have to formulate. So basically, first thing what we have to do, to even things we have, that we have to mention there properly. And at the end, now as we have to formulate LPP, means it should be in a proper format. What is the format of LPP? So whatever, if it is maximize sum, minimize sum, and objective function always be defined by Z. So minimize hoga to minimize Z is equals to whatever objective function you want, is the main equation that we have to write. Then niche hoga subject to the constraint. Subject to the constraint. Constraints are always inequalities. Inequality means greater, less than, जो भी equation में आता है, these are the inequalities and these are the constraints. And do not forget to write the non-negativity constraint. Non-negativity constant means no negative minimum, right? So all the x and y values we have to take it as positive. So x comma y greater than or equal to 0. This is non-negativity constraint. And if you are not writing the non-negativity constraint means, as I told you, 1 mark will be deducted. So your final answer, whatever given, formulate the constraint you frame, and the final answer should be in that form. So if you are not getting the form, whenever we have the question of maximize and minimize problem, जो format में हमें question paper में दिया जाता है, maximize z subject to the constraint, like that only we have to form the LP. Now second type of question we have, that is maximize and minimize problem. Now one mistake you people always do while solving these type of questions. So you find out the points, but you didn't mention the region over there. So whenever we have this type of question, you have to mention, make one column for this region, and if it is origin side, only one word we have to write about that equation. If it is less than or equal to 0, if you are getting inequality less than or equal to 0, means it is origin side. And when it is greater than or equal to 0, means it is non-origin side. So that column you have to mention there, and you have to share the visible region, and you have to find the vertices of the visible region. Vertices जो भी points आएंगे, and if it is a intersecting point, then you have to find it by solving the equation simultaneously. Don't rely on the graph paper because we are drawing a rough sketch. So the values should not be proper. So you have to find it by solving the equation and take that value. And as whenever we plot a graph, this scale is mandatory. So we have to write a proper scale. So on x-axis, whatever you have taken according to the question, on y-axis, whatever is there according to the question, you have to write. So these points you have to consider while solving the LPT questions. Please. Most favorite topic of you all, assignment problem and sequencing, and it has a bulky weightage, that is 9. Again, it has only assignment problem, it has only 2 types of questions, maximum and minimum, right? So but everyone knows this, it is a favorite topic, and I am confident about that you had prepared this topic. But while presenting the paper, just recent now, which we had you had attempted in the prelim examination, what you people did, whatever job has been given, machine has been given, you haven't mentioned anything. Just you had written the values over there. So if you are writing like this without including the steps, means you're not going to get any. Right. So whatever, if this minimization sum is there, so the first step is always, so whatever format if they had given job ke liye, if they had used A, B, C, and for machine they had used M1, M2, so that you have to write it properly, make a matrix properly, and then you have to write each step there. Now, for example, row minimum. So row minimum means it is sufficient to write subtract the smallest element of each row from every element of that row. Don't increase the length of solution, right? Because there are no marks you are getting that you have written one paragraph how to minimize. No, it is not work, because only simple one sentence you can mention a proper step, and for a row minimization, column minimization, next what we have, each step we have to write. And at the end, last step what we have, optimal solution. So what you people do? We didn't write the optimal solution over there. What we have to do, suppose the matrix sum is there, A1 is given to C3, A2 is given to C2, A3 is given to C1, and its proper value we have to write, and we have to add the, if it is first matrix, we have to do the summation. So we missed it. So for summation and writing the unit, if it is in rupees, if it is in lakhs, that unit we have to mention there. If you are not doing the total and the unit, this 1 mark will be deducted. So be careful about this. And one same mistake you people do after row minimization, if 0 is there in each column, we people didn't do the row column minimization. So you have to write each and for each and every step you have to write a matrix again. For row minimization, then column minimization. Thirdly, we have to draw lines. If the lines are equal to the number of lines equal to the order of matrix, means we have to do the allocation. After allocation, we will get the optimal solution. So the proper ways you have to follow, and as it is 9-mark question, one assignment question is always maximization, one step only is included there, so everyone knows that. Okay, and the second type we have a sequence. Only 2 types of sums are there: 2 machine problem and 3 machine problem. So 2 machine problem is easy. So only we have to. Now while finding the sequence, if you are finding the sequence in one step, it is good. No need to write minimum of G, minimum of H. Okay, no need to do that. So in one step, you can find whole sequence and then you can make a table. Okay, so in time, out time, and then total elapsed time and the idle time. Now, while writing the idle time for the machine, you have to write the formula. First machine, you have to write the formula, that is total elapsed time minus total processing time of all jobs of machine. अभी total processing time क्या है? So the original matrix which we have given for particular machine के सभी values we have to add up, and that will be the total processing time. And with unit we have to mention for N1, N2, and N. Now moving ahead to the 3 machine problems. 3 machine problem, what we do, we write, we consider the 2 fiction machines G and H. Now, why we consider these 2 fiction machines? To find the sequence. Okay, the purpose of considering the fiction machine to convert the 3 machine problem into 2 machine problem. Now, can we convert this 3 machine problem into 2 machine problem? Before that, we have to verify the condition. What is the condition? Minimum value of machine 1 should be greater than or equal to maximum value of machine 2. Either this or second condition we have minimum of machine 3 should be greater than or equal to maximum of machine 2. So if any one of these condition is going to satisfy, means we are free to convert 3 machine problem into 2 machine. So it is necessary to write this condition whenever we have the 3 machine. Okay, and write it short. No need to write a whole paragraph there. In 1-2 sentence, you will mention. Now, after getting the sequence and while making the table, now our purpose is over to convert it into a machine problem because we got a sequence. Okay, then now when we make a table to find the total elapsed time, so again we have to consider the original 3 machines N1, N2, and M3. Okay. Now in this, what we can do, only these things we have, so that we have to be careful, right? Only this topic people have done everyone because it is the favorite one, but just take a quite attention to the presentation for each particular steps what we have to reach. Next. Okay, the last and the highly weightage topic, and according to you, most of the people thinks it is difficult. And the reason behind it is probability distribution means हमने पहले से सुना था कि probability distribution is quite difficult. It is a difficult topic, and it has an integration. Integration means whatever the integration we have in any topic, it should be difficult. It is not necessary. So integration, though we are going to use the basic formula of integration, it is not difficult. Just read the theoretical part carefully here. Only 2 types of random variable we have: discrete and continuous. So get acquainted with what is the discrete random variable and what is the continuous random variable. So discrete means we are taking the individual values of each and every x values. Means suppose we have x2, x is equals to 1 to 5. Means all 5 values we are taking them. Means x square is there. Means we are taking 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. All the values we are taking there. That is a discrete random variable, and we are taking their summation. And second, we have the continuous random variable, means it is always in an interval. So while taking the integration, when we are taking 1 to 3, means our interval is 1 to 3. Now, just you have to identify the what type of random variable is. So it will be clearly mentioned the data is discrete, the data is continuous. Discrete means only 2 types of formulas are there. In one formula, summation has been used, and in second type of formula, integration is used. Between का जो भी function, it is of the same, whether it is of expected value, whether it is of variance. So discrete means we have to apply the summation, and whenever we have the continuous, means we have to apply the integration. Suppose the discrete and continuous has been is not mentioned there, then they might have been mentioned PM. So PMF means probability mass function. And whenever probability mass function is there, it is a discrete random variable, means we have to use summation. And whenever PDF is probability density function, means it is for the continuous random. So might be in 8.2 you have these terms PDF वगैरह. So you may obviously use the continuous, means integration का formula you have to mention. Okay. Now next, the second last two exercises we have a binomial distribution. Now we write x follows binomial distribution with the parameter n and p. And second, we have a Poisson distribution. X follows the parameter n. M means where in this Poisson distribution we have a mean and variance are the same. So may do the practice of solving expected value and variance, because at least for 4 marks it might be asked in the exam, because as it has the 11 marks weightage bifurcation, it may be seen in objectives, it might be seen in activity, it might be seen in 3 marks question, 4 marks question. So because it has a very high weightage. So very simple concept we have in probability distribution. Just you have to make note what is PMF and what is PDF. Discrete random variable, continuous random variable, and binomial and Poisson, they itself are the probability mass function, a discrete random variable, and these two distributions are totally depends on the formula. So binomial distribution we have a formula, Poisson distribution is also we have a formula. Again, if you are getting confused about the binomial distribution and Poisson distribution we have the formula. Whenever we are writing P of capital X is equals to X, it should be written. If you are writing simply P of capital X, then marks will be deducted. So what is X? Capital X means a random variable, and X, small x, the data which we had given. So whenever we are writing the formula, we have to write P of capital X equal to small x, and how to identify the binomial distribution and Poisson distribution. So whenever we had the given value, that is e power minus some value is given in some particular question, means it is definitely of Poisson distribution, because the formula of Poisson distribution is e power minus n, and then what we have n power x divided by x factor. So e power minus means it is the Poisson distribution. So easily you can identify. So we had quite overview on the all 8 topics, what we have to do and what we have to avoid. So the small mistakes you should not do. That is the purpose behind it, and your marks will not be deducted. This you should not stuck on 98 and 98. You should get 100 by avoiding these mistakes. So this is the core thing that we have to avoid the mistakes. Next we have paper presentation. Already ma'am has discussed, so I'm not going to take so much of time upon this. So most of the people, what they do now, at a starting, they think we have a 3 hours and my paper should be neat and clean. Teachers know the question. Teacher have a question paper, so they can refer the question from question paper. No need to write the questions. Why you are wasting your time? Huh? Okay, so it will affect your overall percentage of these marks. So don't write the questions directly, you can start from the answers. Next, you can use either black or blue, it depends on you, and don't use the white ink, that is mandatory, and do not do the most unnecessary beautification. You should have to avoid these things we have to do, and while attempting the MCQ, the points I had given already here. So everything has been discussed from this slide. So I'll move to the next slide. Now, do not attempt objective questions several times. So first attempt will be considered. Okay. But when we consider the short answer question and long answer question, so definitely you can attempt it all 3 questions, and the best performance will be considered. Okay. Activity question, whatever given on a question paper, that thing only you have to write on an answer book, and extra steps you may write. But whatever the boxes they had given, just you also have to make a boxes, and in that boxes only you have to write the answer. Okay, and as a part of the section 2, we have to do so many calculations. So rough work you have to do at the end of answer paper. Okay, suppose page number 3 is there. So last 3 lines, yeah, 4 lines you have to skip. Draw a horizontal line, write the rough work or working note, and do them. What it will help us while cross-checking the answer paper. Suppose first paper where whatever sum we had given, so sum is there or calculation is there, so it is easy to cross-check our answer. Next. Now, question selection is also important. Suppose we have the least square method has been asked, and suppose index number has been asked in the same question. Question number 5B, suppose for 4 marks. Now, what do you people think? Not required the length of answer. This square method, we have so many calculations, we have so many steps, and you know both type of question. Index number also you know, and least square method also you had prepared very well. So better to go for the index because it will take less time and less calculations. Length of answer is less. Means you are avoiding the mistakes and you are saving your time. So selection of the question should be proper. It helps to manage our time. It is a part of time management. So if you don't know the answer of some question, suppose out of 3 you have to solve any 2. Only one question का answer मालूम है, second you are trying but you are not able to solve. So उसमें ज़्यादा time waste मत करो. Just move ahead to the question number 3 or at the end you may have a think on the question number and use space view करके you can. Next. Yeah, this point also has been discussed by madam. So I'm not going to discuss this. And this is all about section 2. Apart from this, if you have any questions, you may write in the chat box. Ma'am, is it okay if we take last 2 pages as a rough work? One for maths 1 and one for maths 2. Yes, you can take definitely. But as I told you, it will take time. So at the last page, we are calculating our whatever rough work we have. And then same thing we are copying on the page. So while cross-checking, it will not be convenient. Okay. And so that's why below the page, 2-3 lines you can skip and there you can write a working note. Okay, that will be more beneficial as compared to the last page. So you may do on a last page, but I prefer the second. Any else questions? Okay, I think no questions are there. So I'll take over to the Kapade sir. Kapade sir will discuss your 2022 board paper. Okay. One question is there from Gautami. Ma'am, no need to write questions for any type of objective. Yes, no need to write questions of any type of objectives. It is simply to write option number A, sum due. If it is answer is A, sum due. For true false, simply write down the proper sub-question. If it is 1, then 1, 2, second sub-question 2, then it is false. So like that you have to mention. But write even for fill-ups, no need to write the question. So if you are writing only the answer, it is sufficient. Something else? Yeah, so I'll tell you, we can attempt. Most of the students prefer to is what they think the paper 2 is easy and they can do most of the questions for paper 1. Some people might think paper 1 is difficult due to the integration or something. So your choice is yours. You may either solve paper 1 or paper 2, but I suggest to solve paper 1 because paper 1 is a conceptual. Your basic knowledge should be there, though it is completed within an hour, within 175 minutes, it should be completed. But prefer to solve the section 1. Section 2, it is time consuming and exhausting because we are doing so many calculations, and to do paper 1, we need a fresh mind. So I prefer to solve section 1 first and section 2 later. Yeah, so in maths practice, only sums given in the textbook is sufficient. Yes, only textual questions can be asked, and as I told you, for the board examination, we have some application based type questions. So थोड़ा सा उसमें changes हो सकते हैं. The numerals, थोड़ा सा function they might change, but method will be from textbook. So you have to practice for the solve sums too, because don't ignore solve sums, because last year due to the COVID, solve sums were not there. But if we have the trend of board, some solve sums they might ask in the examination. So have a look on solved sums, exercise and miscellaneous questions. If you have done this with application based question, you can attempt very easy. Any excursions? Thank you, everyone. I'll hand over to Patrice.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible to you? All of you? Yes? First, we have to see the question paper first. See, this is the question paper. Section 1 is there. So, actual question paper is we are looking at. This is the first question is depending on matrix. That is the singular matrix, you know, determinant should be equal to 0. So, by using that property, you have to find the value of A. So, you have to actually solve in rough form and get the value of A. And then choose the correct option. Okay. And second question. Second question is depending on the formula. So you have to choose the correct option. So option B is correct here. And in the third question, slope of the tangent they have asked. That you have to solve and then you can answer. Before solving, you don't answer any question. That is the suggestion. Here you have to solve actually and give the answers. So slope of the tangent you have to find. So first find the derivative and then substitute the point. That is value of x you have to substitute. Then you will get it. Okay. Then order and degree of differential equation. For that also you have to take the cube on both sides first. And then you will get it further. So simplify करने के बाद ही आपको answer मिलेगा. Order and degree properly. Highest degree you have to choose. That will be the degree of the higher order derivative. Okay. Then next is the area of the region. That question is asked. That also you have to solve properly. Then this is the definite integral. So -5 to +5, these are the limits for the integration. So you have to see this function is even or odd. So if the function is odd, then its answer will be 0. And if it is even, then other answer will be there. But here in this case, it is 0. So option C is 0. You have to substitute value of x will be substituted by -x. Okay. Then you have to verify that. Okay. We are going to see the answer paper also. So don't worry. So this is the question paper at a glance we are looking at. So here true false questions are there. So true false questions. You can see here that if f dash x is greater than 0, you know that it should be increasing, but they have given decreasing. So false. So second one also you can see. So third one. So you have to actually solve the second question and then you get the value of A. If value of A is correct, then it is 2. Okay, so A is 5 corrected. Then third question you can see the integrating factor of the differential equation. That you have to apply the formula and get it. So they have given it -x, but it is coming +x. So answer is false. Third question is false. Second is true. Okay. First one is also false. So C part we will see. This fill in the blanks. So you have to apply the properties for negation and you get the answer. So that is whatever you have to write in the fill in the blanks. So all questions we will see in the model answer. So fill in the blanks, you have to properly solve the second question. You have to solve and then get the values of A and B correctly, and then you can separate the denominator. Okay. So two factors are there, x plus 2 and x plus 3 in the second question. So A and B values you have to substitute. Value of B is given 3. Okay. Value of A you can find out and get the first integral that you have to write down. So in the third question, that is depending on differential equation. So general solution is given, you have to find the differential equation. Formation of differential equation it is. So that you will attempt. Okay. And second question is there that is depending on the logic. You can see here, you have to attempt any two. Madam has discussed all this, that how many questions you have to attempt. So here converse, inverse and contrapositive. So statement is given to you. So this statement you have to write it as a conditional statement, P imply Q, and then converse, inverse and contrapositive formula in symbolic form you write first, and then you can convert it in sentence form. That is the suggestion. Then second question, that is the very simple question. Three variables are there, x, y, and u. So what it should be? Parametric function. So parametric function derivative you know. So derivative of x you find first with respect to u, and derivative of y with respect to u, and then you find dy dx. You know this. So third question is there. Find the area between the two curves. So we will see the solution for this also. So question B you can see, determine whether the following statement pattern is a tautology, contradiction or contingency. You have to form the truth table. Next. See here, this is the question. This is depending on derivative now. If ax square plus 2hx plus by square is equal to 0, then prove that d square y dx square is equal to 0. So this is the second order derivative you have to find, but particular technique is applied for this question. So first order derivative you can get it easily, but for finding the second order derivative you have to find the some adjustments are there. That will be we will see in the solution. Okay. So third one is the evaluate the integration. So integral is there. So you can substitute e raised to x is equal to t. So by that method you will get it. So we will see that also. So then question 3, let us see question 3, that is easy question is given to you for 3 marks. So first is the scalar multiplication. So 5 into some matrix, then minus second matrix. Then after taking the difference, you have to multiply that bracket with the next 2 1. That is the third matrix. So addition, subtraction and multiplication is required here, that you should know, and then you can compare with right hand side. So all answers will get. So this question is also from miscellaneous 11th question. Just small changes are made. X minus 1 tha on right hand side, that is made plus, and y plus 1 tha, that was made y minus 1, and third multiple of z was 2, that is made 3. These are the changes. This question is from miscellaneous. You can check, cross check, no problem. Very easy question. This is depending on matrices. Then second is also divide 20 into 2 parts so that their product is maximum. So applications of derivative, you know this. This is a popular question. Again and again they ask. So you know this. First you can take x, and second you can take 20 minus x. So 2 parts you can make. Okay. Then solve the following differential equation. This will be also to see the solution. So differential equation we will solve. Okay. Then attempt any 1a in B part. So find the inverse. So particular method they mention here, adjoint method. So only that method you have to apply and get the solution. So you have to find the inverse of A by adjoint method only. So second question is definite integral. So lower limit and upper limit, you know, 1, 2, 3 log x dx. So very simple question this is. So you have to apply the integration by part, and then you can go for definite integral. Okay. Then question C is there. Attempt any one of the following questions. So you have to complete the following activity. So this is activity type question. So a solution is given, but in between they have given the boxes. So somebody was asking that the whole solution is to be written or not. So only boxes if you are writing, then also you will get the full mark. That is the guarantee. So solution is given. Solution is given, only you have to fill in the blanks. So 4 boxes आपको बनाना है, and if your answer is correct every time, these 4. So these 4 boxes you have to write. In the question number you write correctly. Question, जो भी question number 3C, then you will get and write the boxes correctly. You will get complete credit. You will get the full credit. Okay. So don't worry. No need to write the complete solution in activity question. So second one. So here also 4 boxes are given. That if your boxes are correct, you will get the marks. Okay. No problem. Then we have to see the section 2 questions. So see in section 2, you know this there are 6 MCQs. So this is the first question, the difference between face value and present one. This is the formula. So prove discounting rate. This second one is also formula. That is why in properties of regression coefficients you have that bxy into byx, that is equal to r square. You know this. So the assignment problem is said to be balanced. If it is square matrix, it should be number of rows should be equal to number of columns. Then it is called a square matrix. You know this. So price index number by weighted aggregate method. So you have to attach weight to the current year prices and then take the products and then summation. Then again you have to attach weight to the base year prices. Attach the weight. You have to multiply with weight and then take the summation. So correct formula you have to choose. So in the during the prelim we have some messages that some options are looking same, but they are not same. You can see carefully. They are not same. So option C is correct here in 4th question. Then 5th one we can see. This is the PDF. PDF is given to you. You have to choose and you have to write the report for this question and get the correct answer. Okay. So 1/2 will get. So after that, this is for binomial distribution. There are parameters. So n and p. Only 2 parameters are there. And E of x formula you should know. N into p. So answer will be 20 upon 10. 2 you will get the answer. Correct option is A. Then you can see this Dorbish Pauli is over. See here. State you have to state the truth values. So first one, second one, and third one. So all 3 truth values are false in this case. So C part we can see, fill in the blanks. Okay. 1 minute. C part is given here, fill in the blank. Then you have to calculate and fill up these blanks. You have to calculate. So you get the correct answer. So these questions we have asked in the prelim also, this last question. That Naspers, Pastures and Fishers. What is the relation between them? That we told you. That is the geometric mean. So multiply first, second and take the square root. You get the third one. Okay. So question number 5. This is for 3 marks. So you can see here, all data is ready given here to you. And just you have to find the covariance of x and y, and then that will be numerator, and then divided by variance of x. So variance of x is not given, so you have to find out that. So sigma x is given, sigma x is 2. If you take the square, sigma x whole square, that will be variance of x. So that will be in denominator. So after getting that coefficient byx, then you substitute x bar y bar is ready given to you. So you can write the equation and simplify the equation. So y will be on left hand side and other variables will be on the right hand side. So that will be the answer. Okay, so second question you can see here, the assignment problem. So this is a problem is repeated 2 or 3 times in the board examination also, I think. So this problem is very easy, and only in each row you are getting single zero. So very easy to locate. If you are getting this question this year, you may not be lucky, but last year it was given. So you can see this in every row you are getting single zero only. So no need to apply the anything. So very simple question is there. Okay. Anybody is having some doubts? Is Raj is asking some doubt. What doubt it is to write? Yes. He has written something. I have doubt. He is saying about what he is saying. Raj Verma, please write your doubt. So later on we can address that. Okay. So let us see. This is the minimization problem. So very simple. Minimization problem. In 5 steps you can get the answer. No problem. This question. Second question you can pay your attention. That is the LPP question. Formation of LPP was there, and so here there was a mistake committed by the board. So rupees per unit लिखा है, लेकिन rupees are not mentioned. The cost of order 1 is 3 rupees per unit, and that of order 2 is rupees per unit. So there was mistake committed in the board question paper. So 2 rupees it should be per unit. For order 2, 2 rupees per unit. But those who have attempted that question, and because of that mistake, if you try to attempt the question, such question, they give the full mark, full credit has to be given by board because of their mistake. So that is not a student's mistake. So on your part, there is no mistake. So if you try to write down the answer, only some steps if you are trying to write, you'll get the marks, full credit. So because of the mistake. So this was the LPP formation. So to minimize the cost. Okay. So I told you many times. Okay. So this is the next question is calculate the cost of living index number for the following data by aggregative expenditure method. So here you have to take the products. So base year price into base year quantity. So P0, Q0, and then product, and then summation, and then same thing you have to do with current year price and quantity, base year quantity you have to multiply. So P1, Q0. So take the products and then summations. Okay. So you have to apply the formula. Okay. This is the question related to the sequencing. Now they give the numbers sometimes machines numbers say M1, M2, but jobs are also in figures. So don't confuse. So they have written this job 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to arrange them in the particular sequence and get the solution. No problem. So third question we see that is about the probability distribution. Okay. So about discrete random variable. So data is given to you, table is given. So you have to answer these questions A, B, C, D part. So all these questions we will see. Then question number 6 we go to. So attempt any two of the following questions. So here also this is chapter 3 regression equation you have to find out. So given regression equation is given, you have to find the correlation coefficient. So first you have to find out the variance of x and variance of y. The ratio is given that you have to simplify and get the ratio between standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Then you will get it. Substitute in the byx or bxy, you will get it. So in the byx formula in terms of r at sigma x, sigma y, that you use, you will get it. So second question is LPP. So here rough sketch is required. Madam has told you that rough sketch is okay. So you have to write the rough sketch, find the corner points. Corner point method is there, and you have to minimize or maximize that. All those points you have to substitute and maximize it to maximize, minimize it to minimize. So here we have to maximize z. So no problem. So third question is there. Obtain the trend values for the data following data using 5 yearly moving averages. So this question only this year, 1 year is changed in our prelim exam. So we have started our years from 2001 to 2010. So production was same. Only years were changed. So 2000 से उन्होंने 2009 तक लिया हम लोगों ने क्या किया था 2001 से 2010 तक किया, तो ईयर ही चेंज होने, तो क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड इन द प्रीलिम, so there is no problem. So you know this 5 yearly is the 5 is odd number, so you prepare the table accordingly. If it is 4 yearly, madam has told you that central moving averages, then alternate lines you have to write down the data, and for 5 yearly moving averages, no need to keep alternate data. Okay, so big question. So this is depending on the insurance. So this question is 2-3 parts you have to solve these questions. So completely destroyed, then you have to separate the 80% destroyed, that, and then value of the warehouse, that also you have to find separately. 3 parts are there, and then you have to add them. Okay, come to know. Then this second question, as it is, it was asked in the prelim. So most of you have answered that. 5 months it is coming. So 14th September was the date, nominal due date, and you have appeared. Most of you have done this in the prelim. So the same question was asked, and then part C we go to. So here, this is depending on the probability now. So this question is depending on probability. So n value of n you have to find out first. So is n value, n is equal to 5, and values of x, different values you have to take. So four answers are suggested. So which one you have to choose out of 4? So options are given to you. So you can do that, no problem. And then last one is the this is solution is given to you. So you can see here. So binomial distribution it follows, and so you have to fill the boxes. So for each box you will get 1 mark. 4 boxes are there. Only you write 4 boxes and question number you will get a full credit. So second question now here, they have given this question. So solution is given here also. Solution, just you have to fill up the boxes. Solution is also given here also. Last page. See, this is the solution. So 4 boxes you have to fill up, no problem. So boxes you fill properly, you'll get the full credit, no problem. Then we go to the solution. Question paper. The answer paper there. Answer paper. So see here, these are the answers now. So you may note down or you may have done it already. So this is the model answer paper now. So select and write the correct answer of each multiple choice question. Now question paper we have already discussed. So here you write first question D as well as the what is the option. So 4 is written. Then second question B, then that is the log modulus of x plus under square root x square minus 9 plus C. So this is the formula. So formula A, you should know the formula, you can write the answer correctly. So B. So see that third question answer is A 5. Then fourth question 3 3. That is the order and degree, that was question. And then fifth one 9 square unit, that is the area of the region A. And last question C is equal to 0 R, right? So now here state whether the following statements are true or false. This is the answer you have to write down in this way. So first question answer is false, second is true, and third is false. So actually you have to solve that and then you decide true or false. Okay, that is the thing. That is the suggestion. In rough work you have to solve that question and then you find if you found it is true or false, that you have to decide. Okay. So first, second, third, okay. Then C part. See here, fill in the blanks, it was there. So first one is false. Second one is integral, you have to write. One integral is given, one you have to write out. So A ka value is -2. So value of A you have to substitute there just and separate the integrals. Okay. And third one, they have told you to find the differential equation. So you have to calculate that and get it. So no problem. So solution was given, you have to find the differential equation. Okay. So the question number 2A. Now this is the answer now. You can see for each one mark is allotted. You have to see the marks allotment of the marks. For converse 1 mark. Correctly if you write symbolically and in sentence form. Then inverse 1 mark and contrapositive there is 1 mark. So first you write them in symbolic and then you convert in sentence form that Madam has suggested. Okay, then second question we go to, that is the parametric. So derivative of x with respect to u. You can see this. Then first find derivative of x with respect to u. Then you get u upon underscore 1 plus u square. That equation 1 you can give 1 mark is given. Then for finding the second derivative of y with respect to u, second mark is given there. And for final answer, 1 mark is given. For final answer, you can cancel the common factors if there are. So common factors you have cancelled. So u was there, u is cancelled from numerator denominator, and finally you get 1 mark for final answer. Then see, this is the picture is given. 2 parabolas are given, and the common bounded region you have to find out here. So both the equations are given. So substitution method is applied here. So value of y, that is from the first part, that is 2 parabolas are given. So value of y is x square upon 7. We have to see here x square is equal to 7y. So 7 is taken on the other side. So value of y is substituted in this first parabola. So you can see here. So x square is equal to 7y. So value of y is x square upon 7, that is substituted there. And you can see here. Then y is taken common. Then y cube minus 7 cube is equal to 0 you are getting here. And so values of y will be y is equal to 0, 0, 0 point you are getting. If y is 0, x is also 0. And second bracket if you try to solve, y cube minus 7 cube is equal to 0. So you can see the factors. So y is equal to 7 you will get. So y is equal to 7 you get. So x is equal to also 7. So these are the points of intersection you are getting here. 0, 0 and 7, 7 are the points of intersection of two parabola. And then 2 areas you are finding. First, limitations you are getting from here. 0 to 7 for the first area, y1 dx, and 0 to 7 for y2 dx. So both the parabolas you have to substitute. So value of y you have to substitute in terms of x and get it. So both the integrals you have to solve and get the upper limit, lower limit you have to substitute. You get the final answer. That will be 49 upon 3. This is square unit is to be written here. Since it is area, square units you have to write out. If you don't write, they may cut 1 mark. If it is the topper, if you are a topper and not writing the square unit, they may cut 1 mark. Okay. So next one we will see. So here number of prime statements or PQ and R. These are the prime statements are given. So 2 raised to 3, that is 8 we are getting 8. So 8 truth values, they are divided by 2. Then 4 true and 4 false. And then next Q का है 2 true and 2 false. ये सब मैडम ने बताया था. So this is the truth table. So final column was having mistake. So it is a contradiction. So all values should be false. That was the conclusion. So you have to conclude from the final column. So first 3 columns they are carrying 1 mark, I think. And if your answer is correct and conclusion is correct, then you will get full credit. Otherwise not. So that you see the distribution of marks for this. Okay. So next. So this is the important question that I told you. So how to solve this? So up to getting dy dx, you get this easy, no problem. So there is if you take the derivative, 1 mark there. If you separate the dy dx, if you are separating, that is the second mark you have. And then again you have to adjust this thing. Adjustment is there. So 2xxy, that you have to write 2 times. That and you can separate from first to quantity x is common, from second to quantity y is common. So that is separation is given. So then again you get there, well, minus y upon x you get equal to bracket. So this value you substitute. So dy dx becomes y upon x. Then third mark is given here. And then you take the u upon v formula for the division of derivative के लिए y is equal to u upon v you can apply for y upon x and we get this. And again you resubstitute equation number 3 in the second order derivative. So again differentiating we get dy dx. So substitute dy dx is equal to y upon x. So x is cancel and y minus y you get 0. So finally answer is 0 you are getting. So how to solve this particular technique is there. So if you substitute properly you will get full credit. So 4 mark question is next. So here this is the exponential function is given. So under square root, so whole square method you can apply here. So first you substitute e raised to x is equal to t, then take the derivative e raised to x dx is equal to dt. You will get 1 mark is there for that substitution. And if you split the two brackets, so this is x plus something x plus a bracket square plus some other quantities there. So if you see carefully, the middle quantity is 4t. So you have to divide by 2 middle quantity. So what is the multiple of t? 4. 4 divided by 2. So you get 2. So 2 square you have to add and subtract. So that you get t plus 2 bracket square plus 9. But you can no need to add and subtract. You can separate this 13. 4 plus 9 that you can do. So you will get it easily and the formula is there. So instead of x you have to write down the bracket. That is the important thing here. Instead of x you have to substitute the whole bracket while applying the formula. See here log actual formula kya hai? Log x plus under square root x square plus a square. But here whole bracket you have to substitute. That you remember. So because of the bracket, so instead of x, you will substitute the whole bracket. So t plus 2, that is the bracket. So instead of x, so while applying the formula, you be careful and then resubstitute t, you will get final answer. Log in bracket x e raised to x plus 2 plus under square root as it is you write under square root what is the question asked. So under square root e raised to 2x plus 4 into e raised to x plus 30. That's under square as it is you can write, no need to split plus c. About this plus c I can say that constant of integration is compulsory to write for independent integral. If you don't write in case, they may cut 1 mark. That you remember, all of you remember this about constant of integration. Okay. Next question we will see. So this question, this is the very easy type question, but be careful. You have to first multiply 5 inside the matrix, then subtract the two matrices. You know this addition and subtraction is same way in the matrices. So what is the formula for addition? Same is the formula for subtraction. So there are place wise you have to add or subtract them. And then multiplication you know. So by multiplication of two matrices you get this final matrix of order 3 by 1 order. So you can compare the left hand side is equal to right hand side, you will get the answer. So x plus 1 is equal to 0, therefore x is equal to minus 1 you are getting. So 6 is equal to y minus 1. So take this minus 1 on the other side, that will equal to plus 1. So 6 plus 1, 7. So y is equal to 7 you are getting. And this 10 is equal to 3z. So divide both sides by 3. So 10 upon 3 you get. Okay. So second question we see. Let the first part be x. So 20 you have to divide in two parts. Now you can see here. So first part is x. Then second part we have taken 20 minus x. So take the product. That is the product we have to maximize. Okay. So x into 20 minus x. That will be the function. It forms the function. So therefore f of x is equal to x into 20 minus x. So you can see this. We multiply and then we take the derivative. Derivative. After taking derivative, you get here f dash x is equal to 20 minus 2x. So this you can take this. So equate with 0, I think. you can equate with 0. F dash x you should equate with 0, you will get value of x. And then you have to take the second order derivative. So again you have to differentiate. So f double dash x minus 2 you get. So minus 2 that is less than 0 means maximum. So function is maximum at this. So for what value of x? So f dash x you have to equate with 0, you will get value of x is 10. Then f double dash 10, you have to substitute value of x in f double dash, that is the second order derivative. So that becomes minus 2, that is less than 0. And so f of x at a maximum at x equal to 10. So both parts are 10. So 20 minus 10 also 10. So x is equal to 10, y is also 10. So two parts of 20 we have made. X is equal to 10 and y is equal to 10. So marks distribution you can see here. So for second order derivative, if you compare with less than 0, then 1 mark is given. And for final answer, 1 mark is given. You can see the distribution. So second question we think about. This is the second question. You can see here, you have to write down it in the dy dx format. So all that take this bracket to the other side, negative will become positive, and then divide by dx. So dx in denominator now. So it was in numerator. So you get this. Then particular thing, what is there after separating this value of y we have converted in terms of v into x. So this is the particular method you have to remember. So y is eliminated. So value of y is v into x. So on right hand side, y is not there. So in terms of v and x you will get. So solution is there. Then equation 1 you can substitution se kar sakte. Then finally you get the final answer. So distribution of marks you can see for this. So see here after this step there is 1 mark if you separate the variables properly, and then after integrating you will get the solution. Okay, so log y is equal to x cube divided by 3y cube plus c. So here c is there. You have to write down the constant of integration. That is the final last mark is for this final answer. Okay. So B part we will see. Attempt any one of the following. So here they have given the matrix of order 3. So madam has told you that matrix notation is square brackets are there. So rectangular or square brackets you can say. But for determinant there are single vertical bars that you can see. So these are the notations for matrix and determinant. So first find the determinant. If it is not equal to 0, that is non-singular matrix. So A inverse exists. So if A inverse exists, then we go for adjoint method. So they told you to find this adjoint. So directly they have given the solution. First you have to find the minus matrix, then co-factor matrix, then adjoint you get by transpose, and A inverse ke liye formula you know that 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. So you get this final answer. So final answer 1 mark. So then integration by part. This next question is integration. So integration by part. So log is taken. See here this question. You have to create 1 here for integration by part because logarithmic function is given only, and you have to see this. So by integration by part you get this, and then finally after getting x get cancel, 1 upon x and x is cancelling here, and then lower limit upper limit of integration for first part they have written separately, for second part also they have written separately. So x into log x, lower limit upper limit they have given 1 to 3. So minus x, the lower limit upper limit if you substitute you get the final answer. So you can see here final answer you get here. So this is the can note down this if you want. So these are the distribution of marks you can note down, no problem. So next we can see. You can see this is the activity question. FPC. All 4 values if you write down 4 boxes, you get the full credit. For 1 box, 1 mark is allotted here. You can note down this. APC is 0.375, MPC is 0.675, MPS is 0.325, APS is 0.625. So you know the formula, you have to apply the formula and get this. If you get the one quantity, if you subtract that, you will get the other quantity. You know this. So APC plus APS, that is equal to 1, and MPC plus MPS is equal to 1. You know this. That formula you have to apply and get the marks. So these are the boxes. So for each box, you got 1 mark. Okay. So we have to see the section 2 now. So section 2 answers you have here. So base value minus, that is the present one. What is the formula? So true discount. That's the first option B. We have to write down option B as well as the true discount. If you write only true discount, no marks you will get. If you write only B, you will get no marks. So second, that is also formula. Second. So second, C, option C is correct. That is R square. That is also for Bx and Bxy is equal to R square. We have told, we have discussed this while looking at the question paper. We have solved most of the questions here. So this matrix is balanced if it is square matrix. You know this. And is the weighted aggregate method से आपको price index number लिखना था. That is option C. So for numerator separate summation notation and for denominator separate summation notation should be there. That you note down first. Fourth question. Then fifth question, that 1/2 you are getting, and last question A2. So these are the expected answers. And then true false we see all statements are false. If you go through carefully, if you go then you can see the third, fill in the blank that you have to actually solve and get it. So 1140 is the first answer, second minus 0.4, and third one is there, that's the 110, that is the Fisher's price index number, that was. Okay. Then 5A, question 5A, the ready data is given, that I told you that Pyx you have to calculate. So Pyx is covariance xy divided by variance of x. So this formula is applied. So first formula, format of formula is first format. That is summation xi minus x bar into y minus y bar upon n. This is the first format. So Byx having two formulae. So first format is applied here. So both the formats you should know, it means. So sometimes you have to apply second format also. So that's variance of x sigma x the whole square. So by substituting you get the value 3.75. 3.75 is the value of Byx. That you substitute in the equation. So x bar y bar is already given. So y bar is 36, x bar is 20. We have substituted x bar, y bar, and Byx. So by rearranging the terms, we get y is equal to 3.75x minus 39. So final answer 1 mark is allocated. So here we see the next question. That is the assignment problem is here. Balance assignment problem is, and for minimization. So you know the steps. First, you have to write down this one. First step, second step, full form में दिया है. This is the model answer paper, so you should know. So if you apply first step correctly, you will get 1 mark. Second step, 1 mark they have given, and for final answer, 1 mark. So see here. So we have to draw the lines. There are a number of lines is 4 we get here. Number of lines is 4. That is equal to order of the matrix or number of rows. That is 4 is equal to 4. So it means that the optimal solution has reached. You can see this. And so we can go for assignments. But for assignments also, each row is containing only 1 0. So no trouble. Here, this question is very easy type question they asked in the last year. So they were very lucky. So in each row there is a allotment you can give. So each row 1 0 is there, so no trouble is there for finding single 0 row. So this is the final answer. So 99 rupees minimum cost we get here. So very simple. So next question we will see now. This is the you have to find first objective function Z. So we have to write down the number of units of order 1, that is X, and number of units of order 2, that is Y, and then X is greater than or equal to 0 and Y is greater than, because they are number of units. So these are called non-negativity constraints. Okay. And then by using this X and Y, we have to define the objective function. So that is the Z. Z is equal to 3x plus 2y. So prices are given for order 1, 3 rupees, and for order 2 it was the 2 rupees, but by mistake this was not printed 2. So this question they were not able to solve actually. So full credit they have got. Those who have tried to attempt this question in the board exam, so they got the full credit that I told you already. So while discussing the question paper. So next question we see. So this is the question. Cost of living index number we have to get it. So P0, Q0 you have to take the product and then P1 into Q0. So after taking the product you have to take the summations. So this summation we have to substitute in the formula. So next. So you can see the formula is given here. See here. So 137.36 is the answer for CLI. So final answer 1 mark. So formula 1 mark and for table 1 mark. So you see the distribution of mark. So CLI formula if you write 1 mark, correct formula. Then correct calculation 1 mark you get. Then we see the next question. So this is the sequencing problem. So for sequence, correct sequence 1 mark is allotted. You remember this. Then for table 1 mark, work table is there 1 mark. And if you find the total elapsed time and idle time for each question, you will get 1 mark. So elapsed time is given 1 mark they have given, and for idle time 1 mark. So see the distribution of mark. So 4 marks question this is. So next. See here. See here. This is a probability distribution. So the table is given. So add all values in the table. So value of k you get here. So all values if you add, we get 21 k is equal to 1, and you can divide both sides by 21, you get k is equal to 1 upon 20. So this was the question asked. So A part, B part is having probability of x is less than or equal to 4. So all you have to add less than or equal to 4. Matlab, this is not including 5. So probability of x is equal to 1, probability of x is equal to 2, plus probability of x is equal to 3, and probability of x is equal to 4. So all these 4 quantities are given in the table. We have added 10k we get, and k value of k is 1 upon 21. That is substitute 1 mark. So C part 1 mark, and D part is also 1 mark is there. So you can cancel the common factors if you want. Then question 6 is there. Question 6 can see here. Attempt any two of the following questions. So this question is they have to solve this. So ratio is given. Variance of x is 9 upon 16. That is equal to variance of y. So that you have to get it. So this ratio you have to find out, and then the variance of x and variance of y you write down in the notation form. So you get the, by taking square root, you get sigma x upon sigma y is equal to 3 by 4, and then substitute in the formula for byx. So byx is given 3 by 5. So r you have to find out. So r is you are getting 0.8, and then next is LPP. So here you have to draw the rough sketch of the graph. See how these columns are made. You have to, in equations you have to write in terms of equation, then intercepts you have to find, and then types of constraint. It will decide the feasible region. So it is origin side, non-origin, less than at the origin side, greater than at the non-origin side, and then common region is shaded region there, and then you get the points of points, common region points. We have to substitute in Z. So after substituting in Z, what is the maximum? 54. So at what point x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 6. So for substituting, 1 mark is there, and for final answer 1 mark is there. So next we see third one. So this was the 5-yearly moving averages. So this question may be repeated this time. So you may be lucky one. So 5 years you have to take the 5 years totals and divide by 5. Okay, this was only 3 columns you have to prepare. So next question is there, warehouse का question था. So property values आपको policy value पे निकालना है. So देन पॉलिसी वैल्यू से आपको 3 पार्ट्स में आपको करना है क्वेश्चन. हाँ, so see here, property value is of the goods is this 2,40,000 and policy value is 90%. So 2,16,000. And so claim formula for claim 3 times you have to apply. For 80%, 80,000 का goods completely destroy हुआ था, उसका loss 80,000 है. So claim you will get 72,000 1 mark. Then value of remaining goods, so that you have to subtract 80,000. You have to subtract from 2,40,000. We get here remaining good का value कितना इसका claim कर सकते हैं, तो 1,60,000 के ऊपर claim कर सकते remaining good की. So उसका 80% निकालने का. 80% of 1,60,000 is 1,28,000. So उसके ऊपर claim कर सकते हैं. So claim formula for claim is 1,28,000 into this ratio, and you get this answer. So 1 mark is there for remaining goods, and then final answer you have to add all. Loss of the warehouse, that will be separately calculated, and all 3 equations you have to add: 70,000, 1,50,200, and 3,200. So 1,90,400. That's the final answer. 1 mark it gets. So last second question is there. Second question, this question was asked in the prelim, I told you. So see the solution. So BD, formula for BD is SD minus CV. So face value you can write SD also face value. So 35 rupees PD आता है. Then n का value है in number of days. That is 73 days आता है. So 1 by 5 into 365. So 73 days you get. You have to count the unexpired period. That is from 6th July onward. So 6th July is below discounted. So 6th July onward, so you get here 73 days, that is finishing on 17th September. So 17th September is the legal due date. So we have to subtract 3 days of grace. So you get 14th September. 14th September is the nominal due date, and from date of drawing to nominal due date, it is, you can see 14th April to 14th September, you get period of the bill is 5 months. So final answer 1 mark here. Then activity questions I told you. And activity questions are 4 boxes are there. If you correctly fill up these 4 boxes, 1 box is carrying 1 mark each. So 1, 2, 3, 4 first activity. So P is 1 by 4, Q is 3 by 4. In this box, they have given 1 upon 64 and 63 upon 64. So both you can get it by subtraction. So probability of x is greater than or equal to 4. That 1 minus करेंगे तो second answer will get. So each box is containing 1 mark, and this is the final activity. So this is the time series question. This was least square method. So all solutions given. Just you have to fill up the blanks. So 44 summation of u into yt, that is 44. A dash is 3 and b dash is 0.4, and equation of trend line is yt is equal to 3 plus 0.4 into u. That was the final answer. So 4 boxes if you write, you get full mark. So now we can see the theory. What question they asked. So sir, can you please share the model answer paper PDF in the group? I will try to send you. Okay. So don't worry. Okay. Wish you all the best. So we stop here. Thank you.